Welcome everybody to episode 42, I believe, of Phantoms of the Past. Tonight's sure to be an emotional roller coaster and a banger. With that said, none other than Sora taking us away with the recap.
Thank you, and welcome back to another episode. Sora finds herself in the darkness, the space between the waking world and the spiritual, where she can still see even without the light. Three mouthers stand before her, a wasp, a coffin, and a three-headed monster. So much malice and hatred that combine their auras together, becoming this suffocating blanket that draws around her. She feels her body fall and sink into the endless abyss. But she feels hands grab onto her eyes looking up to see her friends, Judith, Phoenix, Amrut, and a fourth figure whose form looks like Lewis, but his face is fuzzy, static covering his entire form, the shapes of horns and wings flickering in and out of the vision. Together, they pull her up, and that strength that they give her finds her again. Three mouthers in a moment look strong, but go from strong but weak to weakened, cracks along their forms as light streams out, and from the darkness three more forms appear. Vata cutting the wasp to pieces, Nimbus crushing the coffin's twisted metal, and the three-headed mouther finding himself looking down at a man in a wheelchair. His name escaping me all of a sudden. The third year, I believe, was his name. Dr. Mortis. Thank you, Falcon. Standing in defense of everyone. The overwhelming rune power shifting a different aura onto the beast, where it would become of its own kind of rune warrior aura that breaks apart its form and sends it back into the abyss. Sora smiles, watching the embers of light rise into the air, but her heart thumps. Her hand clutches her chest as her vision shifts, and she sees the form of the mouther ape that has hunted her the moment she came into this world. Her brother, and the class she has grown to respect and love too. The life draining out of them. Power is overwhelming, beyond that of the three auras of the previous mouthers combined. The power of her family still was not ready, her rune drained from all the fights leading to this moment. Fear and despair roots like a tumor in her heart. She feels a hand on her shoulder. She turns her head and she sees so many people who have gotten her here. It's Lewis who keeps his hand on her shoulder. It's all around her. She sees everyone she has ever known, from the academy to Icarus and beyond. Yaiga, the mouther child, Uth, the shifting tabby cat hero, the ogre of the arena, Quill and those that have gone but never left, Mistafar and his father, Barnable and Gambit who died in the mouth that feeds, and the forms of Minerva and Nimbus rising their fists to her as they face their own trial ahead. But one lone figure walks away from this crowd and stands before her. A woman she saw only for the briefest of moments. Golden hair, wearing a smile she inherited from her. She places a hand atop her head, and her mouth moves but no sound comes out. But the feeling is what she receives. A single tear rolls down her face and she holds that feeling to her heart. Turning on her heel, she faces the great mouther ape, murderer and slave to hatred. While she may have no power akin to him, she will carry the weight of her memories into this battle. She will not disrespect those that are gone with hiding or running. Let this moment show the true strength of the family of Aku, the unity of the 5 verses, and to show who she truly is, Ilanan.
You know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Suitable.
I have 1 extra. Who wants it?
I mean, if everybody else has some, I'll take it.
Go ahead, Sakura.
Thank you.
Thank you for that recap. Let's go ahead and make room for 2 up here. Without further ado, let's do this. Hopefully the sirens are not your fate.
I'm gonna need that later.
They're coming for you. They heard there was a murder going on.
Yeah, they heard, yeah. So as all of you stand before Ogobos in his ultimate form, more powerful than he's ever been now that you've met him in person before, he beats on his chest and roars. As he charges into the battle, there are no more words to spare, only conflict. Let's roll initiative.
Let's do this.
Jenkins, get out of here, Jenkins. Silly.
Oh, shit. That's fitting.
Sora, take your turn.
As Ogobos thunders against his chest, Sora can't help but let out her own kind of roar in retaliation. She's so much smaller and so much weaker in this state, but she pounds on her own chest for a second, going ow, and then pulls out these couple of cards. I will not let you take them from me. And she's going to move up, using her bonus action to get up onto her staff. Where are you? There we go. And as she climbs up, she grips onto the staff with just her toes, grabbing the cards into 2 fingers, and will throw the dragon cards at Ultimate Ogobos.
Cards go flying at him and he smacks it right out of the air and he tells you, you can't do anything about it. You can try just as all those before you. But the Aku is nearly gone and I still stand.
And when it's over, you will still be enslaved by your own hatred, doomed to walk an eternal wasteland.
I appreciate the implication that I will win today.
But cards thrown, and she has moved. Or she was here, so 15 feet. I have 5 more feet, which I will pogo my way right here. And that'll be EOT for Sora.
Dr. Mortis is up. See him, his main focus are the injured people, the other class. So he looks at all of you. I'll do what I can to get to them. Moves around the left side of the battlefield. And he is going to... You see him step over here on the edge and then take a jump. Leap of fate. He's a frail individual. We've always known this because he has his wheelchair, but he gets to the edge and flies right off the edge, throwing himself out of the chair halfway. As the chair tumbles down into the darkness, he lays on the floor prone, having dashed. But he refuses to see these people die, and he doesn't know how long they have. Lewis.
All right. Tyrandrum, hearing all these big words from Ogobos, just lets out a slight snarl. The only one that should be speaking highly of those of higher class. One of your ilk should shut it. As he allows the pyro eyes to take over, almost like a clockwork appearance within the eyes, swirling about. Activating good old pyro eyes. Where is it? There it is. And as they start to swirl about, deep within Lewis's mind, he continues to walk the halls, recounting all the various memories with Minerva that he's had. The small fights and squabbles, the moments in which they relied on each other, when they were able to simply talk things out. The moments of intimacy, the moments of simply enjoying life with each other. Until he eventually comes upon the last memory he had with her. The last one before they finally separated for the longest time. In this memory, things are dark. Lewis is trying to walk out of the room as Minerva seems to be screaming something at him. Her eyes are blurred out, almost like they were a scribbling type effect covering them. And the words themselves are almost bubbling, unable to be fully read, as all Lewis could hear during that time were various phrases of sheer negativity. That he was useless, that being here would only cause more trouble. That why didn't he stick around and be even more of a burden on them? And Lewis finally walks out of the room, as the Lewis viewing these memories simply stands there as his old self walks past. And he stares at Minerva for a while. Takes a deep breath and walks toward her. I know you won't say that. Now, just to figure out what you did say. As he walks up to the Minerva of that image and gently places a hand on her chin as the camera pans back out to the current battlefield and Tyrandrum brushes forward at Ogobos. Going for double slashes. I have increased move speed due to Pyro Eyes, so I'm able to move to 30 feet no problem. Slash slash. Bop. 18.
You see the 18 looks like you're about to hit him. There's no way he can dodge. And then some type of purple radiant shield mixed with blue and pink erupts around him, causing your attack to miss. And you can see that the energy flows off of his body back into the center over here. And you can hear cries of pain.
Yeah. So you got a few tricks up your sleeve.
More than a few.
I'll just need to break through it then. And 25.
That one does connect. See, the shield tries to come up, but it's not fast enough. You can kind of think of the shield like, hopefully most of you get the reference, like Gara, his sand shield. It's not just constantly around him, but it moves to block this strange energy that's protruding around him.
Slashing down, trying to just like scratch against one of his pecs, but there's still a long way to go.
I had hoped you and your friends could be more entertaining, but so far I'm underwhelmed. You see him lift up his hands, and when he does, he closes his fist and takes a stance in the air with his wings as if he was standing on a staff. To show you the way, the true way of the fist of the Monkey King. 21 connect.
Yeah, most definitely.
He hits you for 18 bludgeoning.
As the 18 damage goes off, flames start to just protrude out from his curse and burns him back for pyro damage. Just 4.
He chuckles. All my suffering will be shared with all your friends. And after he punches you and he says those words, he disappears, teleporting behind Sora. For ages you've talked to me in the dark stream of our dreams, but now I'm here. 25. But you're on your staff?
Yep.
But he misses you. Describe how you dodge his blow.
As he teleports and his fist comes down, Sora slinks back on the staff where his punch connects against the moon touch staff, where it bows a little bit, but Sora holds her ground and skids back in place. I may not be a master yet, but this Monkey King has something worth fighting for.
We will see. If I cannot break you, then I'll break your friends. And he teleports again, this time next to Judith, and punches at her.
Just as Clay comes right back.
Oh, God.
Yep, perfect. Perfect.
Perfect timing.
Didn't realize you were gone. Yeah, so he teleports next to you and punches you. 21, I'd imagine next next.
It is.
For 21 bludgeoning. This is a roll, Loaf.
All right. 21. Great. Great.
And then he beats on his chest some more as he just kind of looks like he's floating about 5 feet off the ground and swinging around with his wings. The world will see the moon tonight and its red fury shine upon us all. Phoenix, you're up.
As I look across the pedestal, is there anything on the far where the victims are that Phoenix would be intrigued to tinker with and see if she can disrupt whatever's holding them?
You give me an
Like,
investigation.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought you can do an investigation, see if you spot anything to report. I mean, it's there's some things you notice just with your eyes. You're able to form and make stuff quickly. You understand the process of many things, including how energy works and moves through objects, such as Jenkins. The stone in the back seems to be the key to the entire ritual.
Gotcha. So she turns, Jenkins is right beside her, opens up a compartment on his leg, crosses a couple wires. This is heroism so he can last a little bit longer. And she tells him, get in there. And so Jenkins is going to move into position to distract the next time Ogobos goes to hit somebody. I have my cursor on the wrong thing. And then Phoenix, bless her little heart, she's going to try to run without getting an opportunity attack. I'm imagining he attacks her though.
Yes, for sure. So you run by him and he quickly swipes down with his fingers across the ground. It pulls up the stone work, and then he grabs a stone and smashes them into your back. Imagine 21.
Yeah, even my shield can't hold that one.
Oh, Jesus, for 24 bludgeoning.
God damn. Okay.
And then you see him teleport again.
Emerald.
Where are you going?
Oh. He's still in the oblivion.
So, with Phoenix quick thinking and intelligence, she notices that his ability to teleport is based on each of his strikes. So even on the opportunity attack, the only condition being that he makes an attack, he's able to teleport.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure she shares that with the rest of you. So you're prepared. So Ogobos will go, "You're intelligent, aren't you, little one?"
Nope, not me. Nothing to see here.
Understood. You're up, Judith.
Did if you said Phoenix shared that part, but you think you shared the other part about the stone thing?
She was gonna share it with Dr. Mortis when she got back there. She doesn't want Ogobus to know that she's figured that out. She's figuring if he's distracted with you guys, maybe she can run away and do something back there.
Sure. All right. So Judith wants to figure out what the hell's going on. Is it possible that I could use my proficiency with religion to see like what kind of Mauler shit she's got going on?
Yeah, so religion works for the stone too.
Okay. What would it take to do that?
Nothing. Just off your instinct as you're looking at it, I would let you do it. So you don't get a lot of information, of course, but you're certain that it's some type of ancient rune stone. And that's pretty much all you know, that it is directly linked to the runes.
Okay. Well, if it means runes, it's probably something bad. Okay. Judith is going to... Guys, I'm really sorry. But I have to. Judith is going to... Now that he teleported away from her, it's a better shot. So Judith is going to use her bonus action and... Photographia this situation because it looks pretty epic, and when the heroes survive, this photo is going to be in the museum to showcase their heroics. Now, I'm going to start moving. Oh my god, I zoomed in automatically. Okay, I'm going to move 30 feet right in front of Vata here. And then I'm going to write in my notebook, and I'm going to say on the page, it's going to say, "Please send help for the rune warriors here. Hurry!" Exclamation point. I rip the page and I toss it up in the sky as I cast Skywrite. To at least let people know that where we are. All right, yep. EOT.
Vada looks to you, Judith, and nods and runs into the fight. It's now or never. No time to hold back. He does his Skyfall strike technique. Leaping into the air about 15 feet and attacking 3 times. The first one missing against this strange energy shield that spits back to the others in the back. Second one, the same deal. And then the final attack cuts through, but it's only half as effective, splitting the harm to him and the individuals on the stone. As you can hear Bananu screech out, "Ah!" All of them are not long for this world, but who will die first? Bananu seems to be the weakest of the group. Wait, hold on. That wasn't Bananu screaming, that was Creed. It just sounded like Bananu.
No.
No. He resists this damage at an attack that rolled 19.
Oh.
So it is going to be half as much, which is 13 to.
I mean, if he's the first casualty,
Hey, he makes excellent sausages, en route.
Before you go, Amrad, Ogobot's going to take a legendary and punch Vata in the face. At least he hopes he does, and he does succeed. He punches him in the face for 21 damage. It's your turn.
alrighty. So I don't know if I was here for a meme, if I was like playing to climb up this like blue thing, but I'll just go ahead and try and climb up here.
It's just difficult terrain.
Gotcha. So Emerald will like stand on top of this then. Am I like still like Is this in range with Ogobos?
Yeah, Ogobos is only 5 feet off the ground. You don't have to climb at all.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're still in range.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Actually, because it's guaranteed, I'll actually use the Centaur hunting bow first. I think the first shot, the first one should be like a magic missile. Yeah. The first one will be two damage. Then
Are you shooting your arrow?
You have to hit them first.
Yeah, when you hit a creature, yeah.
I see.
But you have disadvantage right now on melee. I don't know if you have any options to disengage or not.
I do not.
Rip.
And didn't he use his reaction?
Oh yeah, he did use his reaction. That's true. Wait, did he just go? No, Phoenix went after him. Yeah, he doesn't have a reaction. He can move away.
Okay, that one took us like a legendary. Gotcha. So yeah, I'll hop over to this one then. And open fire. Thank you.
The reporter reports.
There's a miss.
Yeah, misses. You got one more attack though.
17?
17 does not do the trick. Your attacks fly at him, and both of the arrows fly at him. He beats his powerful wings, pushing back the energy and having the arrows just go to the skies randomly.
Gotcha. Then I'll hop over this one. That should be my full movement, and that's it.
And Sora, you put so much stock in these friends of yours, and I will pull them piece by piece apart. And then you see him put his hand to the sky. Come down. Fall onto the world. Symbol of the Aku. And the moonbeam comes flying down to the ground. See where he will place the first moonbeam. Is there any clusters? Just to antagonize you, he'll put it on you. All right, the moonbeam shoots down at the top of the round. Because you in it as it starts at the same time, you won't be affected by it this time.
As she sees it come down, she'll shield herself a little bit as she grits her teeth. She heard every time people kept attacking him, she heard the cries of pain behind her, especially Bananu. And she knows if she keeps attacking him, she could end up killing one of them, she feels like. So as it rains down on her, she can't help but just grunt and say, "This is sick perversion of the family power. You think physical strength is all there is, but you will be quick to find out what it means when you have nothing." She will step back, or she will get off of her staff first. So I'll take that off. She'll move here. And
when you move, that's kind of when the beam would shoot down. So the moment you did like a little backflip backwards, the beam shoots down, hitting the ground, but you dodge it.
And with this obscurement for the moment, she looks back at the stone, the energy, and she's going to need to get in there. She wouldn't attack Ogobos if she felt like it kept hurting them. She's going to use the rest of her movement to move up to Dondo. At this moment, how is it looking from this close up?
So Dondo's eyes are open, and you can see that they're all actually awake. They're just unable to really speak, even though they're able to produce tiny screeches at certain moments. But Dondo looks down at you. Sister!
I will not let him take you from me, okay?
Don't use. He doesn't finish the sentence.
She purses her lip, but she will use her last 5. Let me double check. This is the movement I had. I have 45 right now, so. Okay, so that was all my movement. Looking behind Dondo at that stone, she's going to grab her cards and throw them at disadvantage at the rune stone.
Okay. And you can see that all their bodies are being collectively just raised by this energy under their skin is starting to peel off. Your second one hits the rune's dome. What is the damage type?
It will be type 3, so it's 6 fire damage, the stone.
You see it just eats up the fire. Nothing happens.
Okay, fire's out. But that's as much movement as Sora has, and that'll be EOT.
Excellent. The doctor looks. I'm not sure we can save them, but if we can keep their health in good fashion, perhaps they have yet a chance to win. He's unable to stand up from prone because if you remember, he relies on his wheelchair now. So he has to stay prone, but he extends his hand out forward and goes, I know I probably should reserve this for us in the fight. I cannot allow them to die on my watch. He uses one of his mass healing words. The D4 plus the spell modifier. Why did not roll the spell modifier? He has a +4 spell modifier, so I'll just roll real quick. All right, so 8 health, and that is for how many people is it? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he'll toss one to Lewis. So Lewis, you get 8 hit points back, and then all 5 individuals up here get 8 hit points.
Got it.
And that is just his bonus action. That's his action. He's still gonna dash just to move towards the center of the battlefield since he's at half his speed. You're up, Lewis.
Mortis, do you see anything on that stone that makes sense?
I'm not too learned in this particular, but it's certainly the stone. Seems to be some source of energy. I don't know if it's most important or if the center is. Only we had a definite answer. You can see the energy move down, and it forms like a wall in front of you, Sora. Lewis, you're up.
Okay. Where's everybody's currently looking right now?
For who? These guys?
For Judith and Phoenix in particular.
Okay.
I'm trying to see where their eyesight is.
I'm looking.
I was aiming
Towards all
towards
the
the
shit.
back, seeing what Sora did to the stone.
Got it,
Yes,
Judith?
Yep, same thing.
Okay.
Who's not looking at me?
Yeah, this is how Tyrandrum is determining your guys' movements, because he hasn't been around you guys long enough to actually be able to read you like Lewis could.
I mean, you're right in front of us.
Okay. So it's pretty obvious that attacking ain't gonna work, so Tyrandrum rushes over to Judith first things first, 20 feet of movement, and will attempt to grapple her. You fight against it?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay.
Get your hands off me, old man.
You don't say anything,
Uh,
you just come over and try to grab me?
He's going to attempt to grab you and just say, you want to get over there quicker, right?
Oh, okay, well then yes, I will say yes.
Right.
You grab me first, I'm like, what the fuck? And then you say that, I'm like, okay, yeah, lead with the words first, Lewis.
Please don't call me that name. And he attempts to yeet her. It's closer to the statue.
You're gonna throw me?
Yep, he's gonna try to toss you toward, try to toss you closer to the stone.
Give me an athletics.
Got it.
Do I need to do anything or no?
Oh no, you're just being thrown. So that's gonna get you 20 feet. I was gonna have whatever the result be equals square. So 22 is here.
Got it. And 20 feet of movement. So that's another 15 feet. I got another 5 feet. Would Tyrandrum be able to determine if he could attempt to use the Great Badger Shield to launch Phoenix a bit closer?
Oh, seeing that you threw Judith as you get closer, Phoenix is looking at you with a look like, don't even fucking think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but would he listen?
That's a whole nother thing.
Yep. So, would Tyrandrum know if Phoenix could potentially kick off of the Great Badger Shield to launch her forward?
Yeah, if you hold your action to do it.
Crap, I already used an attack. Okay.
There's a
Okay.
lot of people back there now. They'll figure it out. We don't need to be all clumped up.
With all of you looking in that direction anyways, I get the feeling he'd be able to reach teleportation and all that. And attempts to grapple you.
Lewis, she will try to poke your eye out. No.
Alright, you fight the grapple.
She does. She doesn't want to be thrown.
Got it. 26, you ain't beating that.
No, I'm not.
Alright, tries to eat her.
25 feet of your choice. If you want to land on your feet, it's an acrobatics check, Phoenix.
But I have a cloak.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. I forgot you had the no fall damage cloak. So you get
Man,
thrown,
that's
but you
awesome.
start looking like you're flying mid-throw.
She does a thing where she rolls in the air and she looks back at you and flips you off and then finishes her roll and lands on her feet.
Considering how light Phoenix is,
Yeah.
would he... Actually, no. I don't think he'd be able to use it as a reaction because it's reactive to whenever the shield takes damage. Never mind. So yeah,
She's
just launch
only
you.
40 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if this was an anime, it'd totally be that moment.
All right, go ahead and move yourself, Phoenix.
Was it there? Sorry, I forgot.
Any 25 feet he chooses, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Hopefully he was
Okay.
trying to dodge the moonbeam.
Lols.
Yeah, obviously. And with that, that's all he has as he just turns his attention toward Ogobos.
Ogobos looks down onto you. You could try all you want, but you can't change what will occur here today. All you've done is add to the death toll. For that, I thank you. And at the start of his turn, he moves the moonbeam. Go ahead.
We're already here anyways. May as well at least try to do something.
He moves it on to Vata as Vata tries to dodge. Ogobos comes with a punch to the back of his head. You're not going anywhere. An 18, I think, connects him? Oh no, and the improved CR Vata is AC 19.
Cool.
So he dodges. It's so close, like an inch off his face as he does this crazy twirl. Ogobos with his fury strikes again, successfully hitting him the second time for 25 damage, cracking him right in the stomach. And when he hits him, you see him teleport again. This time he teleports behind you, Lewis, and right on top of Amrat. Amrat, you feel a kick come your way.
Jenkins would like to distract him, give disadvantage.
Okay, disadvantage. That brings a 20 down to an 18. Does an 18 still connect or no?
I believe so. Yep.
Oof.
He kicks you in your stomach for 19 bludgeoning. Give me an athletics check to maintain your balance on those thin pillars. Or acrobatics, your choice, either one.
Oh, okay. This isn't cool anymore. All right, let's see. 17.
Yeah, so it's kind of epic. You get kicked and you almost get tossed off of it, but let's see, finesse the pillar and remain on top.
He like kicks me. I plank, and then I like stand back up.
Excellent. Phoenix.
Well, since he threw me over here, might as well try to get back there and figure out what the hell's going on. We will move. She doesn't have a lot of movement. She's going to dash. She will get up to this energy beam. She's got 5 more feet of movement, but she's worried that this thing is going to hurt. So
You can feel it. You can feel the heat radiating off of it. You definitely think it's going to hurt, but you do think it's passable.
got a new teleportation ability, kind of. But it takes an action, and I just used an action to get up here.
You could eventually walk around it, but then you have similar issues with the tendrils on the side.
Yeah, and she's only got 5 more feet of movement anyway, so she's going to just look to Tasha. We're coming. And then Jenkins is going to he's not supposed to attack. I guess Jenkins is going to dodge as his action.
Okay. Judith Bloom, before you go, Ogobos goes to punch down onto Jenkins, but he is dodging, so disadvantage. Oh, a natural 1 as Jenkins styles on him. Take your turn, Judith.
All right, Judith is going to get up. It's half my movement. Then I'm going to yell out to Amrit and say, Amrit, try not to fall down into the giant pit of death, please. And I will Bardic Inspiration.
Yep.
Then I'm going to start moving. 5, 10, 15. I'm going to action dash. 5, 10, 15.
You're gonna move through the veil?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. There we go.
You ever seen the hallway scene in Resident Evil 1?
No.
Well, pretty much it's like a laser light show that's trying to cut you up. So it's not guaranteed you'll get hit by it, but you're able to jump through it and just barely dodge it as you see it cut a piece of your belt off that falls to the floor as you roll to the other side.
Jesus. God, what am I doing over here? I say to myself. I said 15, 5, 10, 15. That's my action, bonus action, movement, EOT.
Now that you're closer, give me another religion check on the stone.
Okay.
You can take a point of inspiration from me.
It's okay. I got it. I can do
Okay.
it. I can do it.
God. No additional information is revealed.
Okay. Sorry, I wanted her to be able to do it.
It's all good.
Vata gets hit by the moonbeam. Spits down onto him for 11 damage, or half on a con save. Vata focus on his offense. The beam sears his back for the full 11. Vata looks like he's only moments before he's going to drop. Before he does, he expends his final leap. I don't know if this will hurt the others, but I know it will hurt you. And he attacks 3 times, and Ogobos laughs. You futile warriors. You're not even masters of your respective trade. You think you can challenge me? All 3 attacks miss. Vata thinks he's a failure. He looks around the battlefield. Things are going south quickly. Ogobos just has this evil dark city is kind of laugh. This is easier than I thought it'd be. Emra, you're up.
Alrighty. I'm going to. I had an idea, but that's not going to work anyway. No, I'm just fighting. Nope.
Kicks your scimitar both times.
Offhand.
Oh. Oh.
On the third, he catches it with his teeth.
Yeah, you can try. I mean, I don't know what his AC is. Probably not. But you have a D8,
I
and if
don't
you
know.
and if you use it, you still keep it.
There's always a chance.
I'll give it a shot with the dagger.
I mean, 8.
Ah, what a shot.
You don't lose it though, because of unfailing. So until you use it or 10 minutes passes, you will be holding on to it.
Gotcha. Okay. I should probably get down from there as well. So I'm gonna do that. Can I So jumping from here to here, that's 10, right?
You can just slide down the pillars if they're slightly slanted.
Okay.
You said you couldn't have fun when you're about to die.
Just so I get back over here.
Excellent. So before you go at the top of the order, another moonbeam shoots down, this time on top of the people closest to the rock to the north, hovering over Judith and Mortis' body. Take your turn.
Seeing that Judith jumped through and just seeing how dire things are, she really just has to get past this barrier no matter what. There's a comedic moment where Sora looks at this barrier, looks at Ogobos, and looks back, then feints right as if she's going right, as if, you know, when you're watching like a football game and someone's trying to stop you, and then she's going to move here and then there.
It's called a juke.
For some reason, attempting to juke the barrier as she will go through and make
That deck save regardless.
Yeah. Or maybe you do. If you succeed, you juked it.
I will expend that point of inspiration for my deck save.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh, man. So you attempt to dodge it, but then you see on the right side and left side, it just kind of pinches you, slicing you on both sides for 20 radiant damage.
Oh. I think with Phoenix, I resist that because of the ring.
Yeah.
Not to mention you are light rune, right?
And I'm resistant to it as well.
Oh, and you know what? You had advantage on saves from Warding Bond, so...
What type of saves?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess refund inspo?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
You have advantage already. You can...
And saving throws.
Oh wow, that's intense.
Yeah, warding bot's good.
So I failed. I took 20. You said 21.
Yeah, you took 21, but you would take 10. Unfortunately, resistance doesn't stack, so it wouldn't go down to 5. So you would just take 10.
Okay, we take 10, Phoenix. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So when you go through, Phoenix is like looking at Tasha, getting ready to get to the other side of the barrier, and then you sneak right behind her, and she's just kind of shocked.
Sorry, trying to make things better, not worse. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Getting up and standing on this rock, are there any symbols that seem familiar to me?
Sure, but first, the moment you come in physical contact with it, your mind gets absorbed, and you see yourself in that same dark space where you've seen Ogobos before, in this bleak realm of dreams and darkness. Perhaps nightmares is more appropriate. Now that you're there, this room is entirely dark for you, even with your goggles of night. Save for one thing in the sky, a blazing red moon. It almost looks like it's smirking at you as it just floats overhead before you return to where you are now.
Her teeth gritting after seeing that, she is just going to begin trying to attack this rock. Her fists curling, she will try and land a couple punches.
Go for it. And it's
Okay. For 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
keep them coming if you got them.
Yep. Second attack.
That hits.
For 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Bonus action, I will expend a point of ki as her emotions welling up in this moment, hearing the cries around her, the lightning arcs, and for a moment she just lets fear and sadness take a step behind her, as instead of that, she feels rage and passion. She will not let people she cares about die, not without giving it everything she has. She will not dishonor them.
That hits, and that hits.
I'll just roll the monk unarmed.
Sure. Those both do it.
For additional 8 and 5 bludgeoning to the rock.
Now describe what's been going on this time. As you punch the rock, just like in the GIF, you just got like freaking 30, 40 punches coming out. Your knuckles are getting bloodied, and the rock starts to crack and break, and you see the energy starts to wane a little bit. You don't think it could survive an assault of that magnitude again.
Good to know. And that'll be it for Sora's turn.
Excellent.
I think okay, it didn't go all the way. Hold on. There we go.
All right, at the start of everyone's favorite doctor's turn, he needs to make a con save or take some radiant damage. Unfortunately, he's not known for con.
Oof.
Woof.
He takes 10 damage that spools into his body. Furthermore, you realize that his weak body truly is weak.
Oh, yeah, that's...
He looks there and he sees Judith as he's slowly eroding away in the light. He goes, "Don't worry, we'll be all right. We'll be all right." Almost like he's reassuring himself. But he always has that method with his patients, typically. And then he'll move out of the light. 5 feet. Difficult terrain. Crawling. What do I do, Sora? Or Phoenix, who should I heal?
Dando.
He looks at Dando. I'll pump everything I've gotten to him. Alright, and he's going to use one of his professional treatments. This is his last professional treatment. He used 2 last time. To heal him 3 times the level of CR. I believe Dando is 7, so it's 7, 14, 21.
Yes, unfortunately, when Mortis asks Sora what to do, he just hears screaming behind him as Sora's in this middle of this flurry of attacks against the rock. These sickening cracks of flesh against stone. But regardless, she just keeps punching and he's drowned out, so she can't hear him.
Excellent. As for Lewis, before you go, Ogobos lifts his fist up and tries to punch you right in the face.
Got it.
I do not believe a 16 hits you.
No, it does not, as Lewis lifts up his shield and uses the resulting wind from it to just like redirect the fist to the side.
Like this power struggle as the shield, the wind shoots out into his fist. And then you take your turn.
Okay. So far, whenever we've been attacking Ogobos so far, does it seem like any of the damage is actually damaging him, or is it all being redirected?
Yeah, he's got a few tiny cuts on him and bruises. So he's still in very good health, though.
Okay, he is actually getting hurt.
Yeah, just that half of the damage when you are hitting him, which seems to be a 19 at least, is being transferred to the victims behind us.
Okay. Tyrandrum briefly looks back, sees everybody just like doing whatever they can back there. Fine. It's the distraction you need. And as Ogobos's arm just like swings directly over him, he how do I put this? He dismisses Sunblight so that way he has a free hand and tries to climb onto him, as I am using the third homebrew rule of climbing onto creatures.
Dungeon Master's Guide alternative rule, but yes.
Yep. I'm supposing that because this thing is like 20 by 20, it's suitably large to climb onto.
Yeah, it's gargantuan.
Okay, I'm gonna have to use my athletics, and he uses his acro. I have disadvantage because I have exhaustion low. Let's hope. bop. Oh shit.
All right, let's see what our big monkey boy can do. Acrobatics. He does prevent you from getting onto his bag.
Understandably, as the swing is just too fast and he isn't able to just grip onto the fur fast enough. Damn it. And he will reposition himself over to the side slightly. That's all I got, EOT.
He laughs at you. And come the light. And you see him as he does, as the light spools in his direction. He looks to the north. Moves the light over one. Out of his turn, is able to manipulate all the lights. He doesn't seem to be able to move them exceedingly far, because they're not moving particularly fast, but he is able to move them. And with that said, Ogobos takes his turn, and he's going to deliver attacks onto Jenkins, Lewis, and try to finish off Vada. So we're going to start with Lewis.
Jenkins will try to distract when he goes for Lewis.
Okay, a 14 will certainly not connect Lewis. A 13 will not connect onto Vata. And then finally, we'll just sum it up to that Jenkins was the reason both of those attacks missed, as he's the third target anyways. So finally he gets irritated and he goes, looks at Jenkins. Enough! Does a 17 hit Jenkins?
Yeah.
He punches Jenkins right onto the drill, cracking its function a little bit for 21 bludgeoning.
-4 from temp.
Okay. And then with that attack, he teleports. You're up, Phoenix.
Seeing Sora making herself all bloody and everything back there. Bonus action, let's drink a potion. Kind of like taking a big swig before you do something. And then her hands are gonna go out to her side and her body's going to start, I would say lighting up, but it's all dark lights, the tattoos, the shadow runes, just illuminating amongst her skin. We're going to do her new one, Shadow Heal Sign. And we are going to send this healing to Tasha. We're going to do 3d6.
That's on, you said Tasha, right?
Yeah. So she actually gets 24 hit points, and I lose the 12 that I had just taken. But when those shadows come, she can teleport to the other side, up to 60 feet.
Oh, nice.
So she's going to join Sora, and she has a Dungeoneer's pack. It's okay to say she takes out a crowbar. It's like, here, use this.
Give item interaction, pull it out quickly.
There we go. And then Jenkins was given instructions to get in Ogobos's way, so he will still follow Ogobos around.
He heals me a content if he starts his turn to beam.
Okay.
Okay, he takes 3 radiant damage.
Okay, and at the beginning of every turn, he gets 4 from my heroism, so he's got 1 tap left.
Oh, sweet.
EOT.
Excellent. Judith, same thing from you. Con save.
All right.
You also take 6, but yours is brought down to 3. I think, yeah, you resist radiant, yeah.
Yes, I am a light rune.
Wait, you're a rune lord? No, I'm just joking.
All right. Okay, and I took damage, so Skyrite is still up. Interesting here. I'll say Judith like was gonna get like right where Phoenix was to get a great shot of Sora, but then she got cut in front. I was like, I'm not gonna.
Phoenix is short. You can go over her head.
Blast it, Judith!
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna like lean over a little bit over Phoenix to get a good shot of like just a really cool shot of like Sora just like 3/4 profile, just like bashing her fists into this stone here, because that sounded really cool. Okay, that's my bonus action. And then as my action, I'm going to pull out my ray gun and shoot it. Ka-pew! Oh, I'm at disadvantage. Yeah.
Hey, you should have with the 14. So you see that you hit some of the cracks that Sora made. It doesn't do any additional damage, but I find it hard to believe that you're missing something this big. So we're gonna say you hit the spot she hits, and you think you're doing an effective job.
Okay, cool. Man. It's just like these energy beams that are holding them down, right?
Yeah, they're wrapped in them. They're like constricted in like little energy cages. But it looks more like a second layer of skin as opposed to like a barred cage.
Got it. I'm gonna step over here to not touch it, but I'm plotting.
Excellent. Bata's back up and he's got something to prove. He may not have any more uses of his powerful thunderous rune, but he's still a warrior. Even though he's on the verge of death, he runs into battle, looking to Amrid briefly and to Lewis, knowing that what must be done must be done. All three attacks slicing into him.
Hell yeah.
Ogobos turns around. You've yet to truly injure me. Can you try again? This time I felt thunder spewing from your body. That's when Vata throws like a dagger, and as Ogobos smacks it, the moment the dagger kind of obscured his vision, you see Vata halfway in the sky, cut a piece of his ear, moving right here next to him and slicing at both of his ankles. We are rune warriors, yes, but we are more than our rune. We decide our fate, not our birth. As all three of those slice into him. That's the most and loudest you've ever heard Vata speak. He's a pretty soft-spoken guy. Fortunately, some of that damage transfers to the back, but we need to do enough harm to at least distract Ogobos, or he'll run back there himself. It did 9 damage to Ogobos. And the other 9 will be spewing onto a random target up north, but in the meantime, Amrid, you can take your turn.
Alrighty, I'm gonna ready a shot with the arrow the moment I see that whatever hold that Ogobos had, if it is this turn, whatever transfers over is like negated potentially by Sora. I'll just hold off and shoot when I see that moment, if possible.
Okay. You hold your action in preparation of Sora. And Sora, you lift your fist to the heavens above, or more appropriately to the moon, even though it's not night. And following that exchange, another moonbeam. You're safe for this turn now. Continue.
As Phoenix offers a crowbar, she goes to take it, and then I would think I hear something happen to Creed behind me.
Yeah. Creed spits up blood, and the energy starts to shoot down his throat, and his eyes start to glow the same color as the beam as it begins to kill him.
Phoenix Sora's always been this happy-go-lucky, light individual to you. But when she looks and sees Creed dying, the people around her dying, you see her eyes almost just go white as she just in a way just loses control and devotes everything she has into just obliterating this stone with her own hands. And she will turn and do exactly that.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Damn good job.
Give me that critical hit.
So that is a max critical at...
Goddamn. 16.
So 16 bludgeoning, and then 9 makes that 25 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, you hit the rock so hard, it explodes into just a pile of pebbles. Move that bad boy off. And the lights all around you begin to immediately just disappear. And you see the people being captured fall to the ground unconscious. Except for Dando, he transforms back into his normal self. But as he's transforming, you see the energy from his ape form accumulate into his hand. You have to do this. And he throws it into you, spiking you through your chest, and your rune power returns to you as he falls unconscious.
Sora goes to reach out for him, her hand extended to try and stop him from falling until he pierces her with that energy, and she almost doubles over a little bit. She grits her teeth and she feels that overwhelming power again surging through her, and she looks beyond Dando down to Ogobos, and kind of holding her chest almost as if it hurts, just this mixture of this family power and her own overwhelming emotions. She gets to the start of this bridge and shouts, "I told you I would not let you just take them from me. This is my family, and I will not let them die because I did not do enough. I will show you what it means to have one. Make you regret forgetting the name you lost." And as her turn ends, energy just begins to light up all around her, as at the end of her turn, her family rune will activate, as she will become the great aerial ape.
Which I don't believe Phoenix has seen before, so she's kind of just like, wow.
So
Let's go.
yeah, Phoenix, you see this pillar of golden light just erupt from Sora as she rises into the air. This almost overwhelming sense of energy swirling around her as she slowly clenches her fists and her knuckles pop, and it's just so audible with how large she is. Where she then slowly looks to Ogobos with this confident expression. And that'll be the end of her turn.
Impossible. I sent your powers to fade. You were no threat to me.
You underestimated me.
He grits his teeth as the purple energy disperses around him. Now, our final bout begins. And, unfortunately, Mortis gets mooned again. Let's see if he can make a save at disadvantage. No, another 0. 14 damage. Raises him, he moves to the right. Oh, he moves down once since you told him to prioritize Dando. He goes to try to stabilize him as his weak body gets torn up. That was never meant to be an adventure. but I won't have my body hold me back anymore. Then he's going to try to stabilize him. Since they're not at 0, he's going to at least guarantee the stabilization. Let that arrow fly. I'll give you advantage as he's distracted by the transformation.
Alright, I'm using the D8 as well.
You do it after you roll, but we'll see. We'll take the 4 if it's not enough.
Let's see here.
Nice. Woo! So you keep your bardic inspiration when you hit him.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
1's not there. Then it also takes the other damage too for the magic missile, right?
Yeah. You forward the
Just
missile.
4.
So the arrow sticks into his back. Then he turns to and the beam shoots him in the chest. Insects, the lot of you! And Mordred's done having stabilized and guaranteed Dando's survival at the very least. Luis, before you go, Ogobos delivers a crushing punch to Jenkins. 21 for 17 bludgeoning.
Oh,
Jenkins is a little bit wrinkled.
It teleports small amount of space, and then a con save from Lewis with the beam.
got it. Let's hope. Pop.
19.
You make it taking 8 radiant damage. Brought down from 16.
That thing hurts.
Take your turn, my friend.
Okay. As Tyrandrum screams out from the moonbeam starting to just burn away at his skin, within Lewis, as he's delving through this memory and places his hand on Minerva, the voice starts to be more audible, trying to just break through the static. And he places his other hand along where the eyes are, where all those scribbles are, and just slowly starts to wipe them away as the voice becomes even more audible. And for the first time in 20 years, Lewis finally starts to hear what Minerva really said that day. Not words berating him like he had interpreted, but words telling him not to leave, that they could just settle down, that he could just finally rest, that he'd already done enough, that he didn't want to see him disappear. And hearing these words, Lewis tears start to shed from Lewis's eyes. I really am an idiot, aren't I? As all the memories start to fade away, and Lewis is left once again in that black void that Tyrandrum was often held in, simply waiting all alone. As Tyrandrum in the real world breaks free from the moonbeam and rushes forward, it's about damn time, as bonus action to summon Sunblight and goes for the double slash. Bop, bop. Oh shit.
Don't connect.
Alright, as both of the slashes just like are deflected off of his muscles effectively.
All right, he moves his moonbeams. Let's see if I can actually get to people here. Camera just attacked him, so he moved the camera. And then over here we got, oh man, a lot of options. Being petty, he puts Dando and Monty in it. He keeps the northern one onto Phoenix, since you can't include Judith as well. And he looks down at you, Lewis. I can smell it on you. The great dragon, the memories I stole from Sora when she dared to enter my dream communications. This isn't the real Tyrangem, or this fight would have been over by now.
Shut up.
No. And he goes to punch you at 22.
Yeah, that hits.
See, the dragon would have silenced me, but you're nothing. For 13 bludgeoning.
All right. Just punching directly into his chest, and he just gets the wind knocked out of him. Still standing, but
Don't forget your residual damage.
right. Thank you very much. As the flames crawl off him and crawl onto the fist and across the body. 3 fire.
Okay. Fire damage to him when he teleports. He's big enough to occupy the space as he lumbers over them, and he delivers 2 attacks, now 1. Sora.
Let's do this.
You carry the family rune. Just like all of those I've defeated before, will be your ruin. 15. Oh, at a disadvantage on the first one, right? So 13 and 27.
Yep. 27 will hit.
27 hits you for 23 bludgeoning as he tries to punch you. I imagine both of your fists reach each other, but he just slightly overpowers you since he's far bigger.
Exactly. How much damage was that?
23 bludgeoning.
Okay, so...
Ah.
Oh yeah,
May-
so 11.
You may need to
yeah.
bring this down soon, Phoenix.
The player knows, but the character is determined. So my question is it 11 damage or is it 12 damage?
11. Whenever it's point, you round down.
Okay.
All right, and is this a concentration spell?
No.
No, because it has
Not
the
whatever.
expensive rings.
Okay, and what about
Do it.
heroism?
Heroism is. Let me do that one.
All right, excellent. Ogobos looks at you, Sora. You can see that he's mildly intimidated by you activating your form, but he has slain many Aku, and all of them had the family rune, which he reminds you, you'll be no different than the rest.
And strike me down if it's that easy.
Just as soon as I squash your army, what you need to even stand in my presence. Phoenix.
What you stand before her is no army, but something you will never have again in your cursed life. People who love me.
Phoenix, start of your turn. The beam of light is on you.
Of course.
For 8 radiant damage.
If I may be so bold, she was getting ready to pull out the medical gun to help Creed, but that moonbeam got her, so she will fall to the ground with the medic gun on the ground next to her.
Please tell me the spell ends once you've got him down.
Spell ends if you drop the 0 hit points, yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Oh,
Okay, good. So, the spell ends, so you no longer at the risk killing Phoenix whenever you take a punch, Sora.
Yeah, thank God.
And the medical gun falls right in front of Phoenix, and Dr. Mortis is looking at it. You guys, it took you guys like 30, 40 minutes here. I imagine you caught him up to speed, just in case Judith doesn't know about it.
yeah. I think that's pretty reasonable.
He's the one that is. He's a little doctor.
Yeah, and Phoenix and Morty have a good relationship. Phoenix Jenkins is still up.
Yeah, given his creator fell, that's what he's doing. He's making his way there.
I'm not sure if he could occupy the same space as Sora.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
And then
angry.
his turn.
Yeah, okay.
Two sides is larger than he's still in one size.
Oh yeah, I'm
could
large
dash.
now, not huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
different.
he only had 40. Okay.
Wait, no, guys, that's a visible difference. Something else is going on.
Wait, what?
I'm normally huge.
Typically huge, yeah.
I'm
To
now
be fair,
large.
this was passed over
Oh,
rather than her natural.
Well, I mean, he has an action, so we'll have him dash through Sora's area. As a player, I'm like, this is stupid. He's gonna get an opportunity attack. He's gonna get smashed, but that's what he would do. He would be going to Phoenix, so he moves past Ogobos.
Okay. This middle section is a platform. Does he have enough movement with difficult terrain? I imagine you're not going through the beam, so.
Yeah, being dashing, he has 80 feet
Oh,
total.
he's good. All right, so he gets up too. Ogobos would absolutely go for the opportunity, unfortunately. And he would punch right down to Jenkins. For 16 bludgeoning.
Okay, well, Jenkins heroically falls on top of Phoenix to protect her.
Last words. Phoenix. No. Before you go, Judith, you see there Ogobos using that opportunity attack. Teleports yet again. And you see right now he's right on the other side. Sora. Go ahead, Judith.
All right. Judith's like, fuck, things got bad very quickly. But I am going to bonus action, just whispering down and says, all right, now it's about time to prove your worth, huh? And I'm going to healing word, first level, read.
So as you heal them, they're all unconscious despite not being at 0. But Creed had hit 0 before the beam went down, and it interacted different, thinking the suspect was dead. Or the subject, not suspect, is dead. Having severed his connection to Creed just before the rock broke, which would have snapped his consciousness, Creed's eyes open up and joins the fight.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Oh shit, and he's right after you.
Oh, I didn't see that I was here before. That's okay, great. Okay, my action. I'm gonna start moving. 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna try to move Phoenix. I'm gonna drag her out of this beam.
You have your action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have athletics pull her out, but since she's unconscious, you succeed automatically. It's difficult terrain to move when you're grappling someone.
Okay, so I moved 15. I'll go 5, 10. I'm going to move her right here.
Okay. That would cost you your movement to move her.
That's okay, yeah. That's everything.
Excellent. So you move it to the side, and Creed stands up and looks at you, Peter. You've made the right choice. Now let us flee.
No, you're gonna fight.
Fine.
I'll kill you myself.
No. I don't want to die. Ever since I wasn't accepted into Hamlet's coat, I've been wanting a moment to prove myself. That's today. He runs and he like tosses he looks like someone who's juggling something really hot and is trying not to drop it. He's like, he's got this little pyro ball in his hands. Go! Pyro ball! He shoots his fire room at Ogobos. Ogobos attempts to dodge. But it slams into Ogobos' chest. And it should actually be a 15. Since all of them have improved, I forgot to improve Creed. It almost was appropriate that I forgot to improve Creed.
Yep.
Oh my god. Alright, so he takes 14 fire damage.
Good job, Creed.
Yes! Ogobos looks at him. Oh no! He hides behind this little platform. Vata is up. Vata just shakes his head, but he sees the opening, zooms in, spinning on his blades, showing that why he's a blade dancer. As you see that he's specialized in two-weapon fighting with his double scimitars. The first one misses as Ogobos realizes just when he arrives, but unfortunately the follow-up attacks are too fast and he feels out of position. They slice into him for 17 damage. You talk. But soon you shall be silent. Not before you, friend. Ogobos punches him.
No.
You see Vata double his blades and block them, sliding back 5 feet dramatically as he able to block the blow. You're so big, you hit so little. Emerald, you're up.
Alrighty. Seeing it's maybe a last stand, Emerald will activate its Crimson Right. As his blood will like seep from his wounds and like start to like wrap around the bow.
Before you take damage yourself.
Yeah, and a con save.
Oh, that's true. I could die anyway.
Potentially.
I don't think you have advantage.
Is it just
It's all 12.
I do not know.
You can use your bardic. You haven't needed to use your bardic yet, so you still have it.
Use
Oh
it.
yeah,
Sure.
come on. You need
Come
to
on.
survive, man.
Okay, you succeed. You're only taking 2 damage instead.
Oh,
I should probably move out of it too.
Yeah, don't stay there.
And as far as you can.
Are you that close to death?
he's pretty low.
Also,
Hey,
his
hold
blood right damages him too, so you still consider that.
So let's see here. I should roll a d6 first. Oh, 1. Cool.
Not bad. You took minimal damage this turn.
Alrighty. Actually, does that take any kind of... Hold on. I'm trying to see it. I don't believe it takes any kind of bonus to actually do it, right? Oh,
It
does,
says
okay.
it in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, bonus action. Activate your right.
Gosh, I'm about to cast Hex on top of that.
Oh,
The
That's not
rules are
necessary.
guideline. That shoots him, yeah. You can see Ogobos is starting to fall under pressure. Slash behind him. A punch in front of him in his face. An arrow to his side.
Then the 4 as well.
But not the 2, right? Or am I taking the 2 as well?
The 2 is the intact this time, yeah. So you're taking a 2.
Okay, so 11, 15, gotcha.
Alrighty. Oh my god, I got damage on the board, guys.
woo!
It's time.
So-
we end this.
Do you have anything to do, Falcon?
Huh?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
At the top of the order, whenever the moonbeams are coming in.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, at the top of every order they've been coming in, and then on his turn he can move them X amount of speed. But you were gonna say something, Lewis?
Okay. I was double checking to make sure Ogobos didn't have anything to do before. So Sora, before you go, Lewis, standing within that black environment for a moment, just stands there in silence. But then he hears the sounds of combat, as that mirror that he was viewing from before is sitting right in front of him. And he sees everybody trying their absolute best in order to do this, to overcome the odds and defeat an enemy that has been terrorizing one of them for so long. She was left alone because I couldn't trust her. All because I couldn't fucking trust her. And as he grips his teeth and finally starts to look up at the mirror, he sees a bright light of Sora transforming. And he finally grits his teeth and digs his nails into his leg. I won't let that happen again. as Tyrandrum starts to scream out in the real world. What are you doing? And Sora, from that side of the body, you would start to see the cursed tattoo covering the mechanical arm of Lewis start to recede. And he starts to yell out, for the first time since you met him, Sora! And he is back in this fight officially again, with all his support toward you.
Welcome back. Sora, give him hell.
Okay. As everyone feels her in this moment, she looks to Ogobos and her fingers will curl, lightning arcing off all around her. Let me show you my true power then, Ogobos. And he will attempt Steel Wind Strike on Ogobos.
Excellent.
I will expend a point of inspiration to make this attack roll at advantage. Okay, here we go.
If you can, I would say try to get a little bit closer.
I think I miss.
Oof.
Okay. How many of those do you have?
It's once per target.
It's only one target per.
That's not my question.
That is 5 attacks,
Okay.
I believe. Let me get I have the spell text in my sheet here.
Okay,
I think
cool.
it's once per.
So I know it's once per. At least I know that you think it's once per. So as you go to strike him and miss, you can feel Dondo's energy spewing into you. And as long as you ricochet off an item with a different attack, you can repeat your target for every other attack now. And that is why you're smaller, more agile.
Oh my god. Okay.
That is sick!
As Sora teleports there, misses the attack, but feels this rebounding, she bounces off of here, attacking again. I'll expend another inspiration, so I don't have any, for one more attempt at advantage.
Sure. And consider it's every other attack that is going to hit. So you're able to, this technically be your third bounce, and then you're about to go bounce off an object, and then your fifth bounce into him again, potentially.
You can have the inspiration from me because you gotta hit this guy.
Thank
Okay.
you. How does your first hit look when you connect on the third bounce?
26 points of force damage as Sora bounces, and by the time he looks around for her, just it seems like 100 fists come colliding into his form, and she just sails over him, bouncing, and strikes again.
That hits again.
Woo!
Yeah, I deleted my gift, that's why there's none there. For another 26 points of force damage.
All right, so you bounce around twice. A total of 5 times. The first one he dodges. I've seen this technique 1,000 times. But he's never seen someone ricochet and come back as you slam into with all those fish you described. Bounce off another wall and slam into him again, breaking the blue pillar. And as the pillar cracks and breaks, so does his back as he takes a knee. As he hit him for 52 damage. He's still alive, but severely injured and breathing heavy. How?
I have people around me. People that give me strength. Strength beyond selfishness. Strength beyond hatred. I am Sora, not only of the Aku, but I am Sora of the 5 verses. And you will be my ending song.
Never heard of them.
They will be the last thing you hear before you send back.
Jay. And he tries to stand up and his legs start to wiggle. Sweet body. And Mortis goes, you don't understand a weak body. If you had one, you wouldn't be in the fight like me. And that is why I have no respect for you. You hide behind stolen power, but you will die behind earned strength. And the moonbeam, silence! The moonbeam raises him.
On, Mortis, you can do this.
Mortis, where are you at? Mortis continues to get hit, but while he's taking the damage, he just keeps eye contact with Ogobos. Such a great mouther. I feel nothing. He does feel a lot. He's bluffing. He goes over to try to stabilize Bananu next. But he looks around the battlefield and he sees Phoenix. Phoenix. And he's going to drop a heal onto her. He's going to drop his last major heal.
Oh.
How do I, why is it not registering? There we go, the number. So he is going to Healing Word Phoenix for 6. He'll drop one onto Judith. Since the rest of these guys are unconscious but not being directly harmed, he's focusing on those who are up. Sora, and then can I get Lewis? Yeah, Lewis and Vata.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I got one more. Oh, and then Creed.
Even Morris is like, maybe not. Okay, I'll give it to him.
Okay, so you're Creed.
I have an oath.
Creed gets healed up and he just starts like dancing. He looks like he's twerking. He's like, yeah, I got healed. I got healed. You see Mortis just pitifully just trying to drag himself away from the moonbeam. His action and dash, realizing he can't risk Bananu getting hit by the moonbeam if he stays close. Luis, I would say take your turn, but Ogobos has had enough. And he goes to swipe at you. You return to the party just to exit. He tries to punch you in your face. A 16 misses, but the moonbeam raises you in the back. Give me a con save.
All right. Bop.
Yes!
You stand strong, firm, return to your body. Return to your conviction. Take 3 radiant damage, brought down to 1. Take your turn.
All right. As Lois is brought back and Ogobos tries to just like smash against him, he raises his shield and takes the blow, dragging very slightly. I won't abandon anybody. Not again! Bonus action to Sunblight as it manifests as a blackened blade, but the flames that twirl around it are so much more almost elegant in their form compared to before where they were erratic, constantly trying to maintain their form. These flames seem very stable, as if like a very finely tuned rope, as he seems to have gained that much more control over his psyche. And screams out as he quickly maneuvers around Ogobos. Actually, fuck. Trying to figure out a good position so that way I could see. Here's good actually. As he slides over to side and goes for the upper slash against Ogo. Bop.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
Yes.
As he goes and
Drags the blade from the thigh up to the chest, and as he's up in the air, he just starts to direct the blade directly down. We're ending this now, as he is going to tighten his grip on the Sunblight, and the flames shoot up into the air, forming the head of a giant dragon, as he is going to use his final charge of blight on him.
Oh!
Nice.
Give me that DC 15.
You see, he tries to take it. I won't be made a fool of. And he's catching your blight as the fiery dragon, black dragon, rages on. You see him, it kicks him into the sky about 15, 20 feet. He's flying in the air. He's using his wings to try to fly down as he keeps carrying higher and higher and higher. He gets about 60 feet in the sky and the blight explodes and Ogobos screams. You see the mixed in with his white fur is this black energy spooling to the earth, and it starts to rain heavily of the fur and this black ink. It just looks like oil or something falling from the sky. And as it collects onto the ground, you can see an individual falling down and landing in front of you all. As Ogobos reverts back to his room Mouther form, rather his humanoid form versus his Mouther form. And he claps. No one has pushed me this far in a long time. As his voice slowly alters. And though you've made many assumptions over the year or so since we've met, Ogobos, the voice slowly fades into a feminine tone. Truly amazing what the Aku can do. But now you must contend with me, and I too bear the family's rune. And that is where we'll take our 10-minute break. You can complete your turn. We'll start. Before they go, we'll go.
Is she familiar to me?
No, she's a very ancient Aku.
Okay.
That's
Like,
Okay, at first it's like, this isn't Sora's mom, is it?
it's like,
Very
Mama?
scared too.
Mama?
That would have been its twist. Holy shit.
Mommy! Mommy! No. Okay, so as you end your turn, I wasn't sure if you're gonna move or anything like that. You could see Ogobos is in fact a lady. And she smiles as she lifts up this massive golden staff. Now the real battle begins. And 10-minute break, guys.
Fuck.
gonna die, guys.
You're gonna die.
Smile.
Yep.
Welcome back. Episode 42. Ogobos looks towards you, Sora, and goes, when you transcend to motherhood, you retain your family's powers. Just as you have shown me, it's time I destroy everything you've ever cared about. You see her grow larger. Seems you two have mastered this form. And as she grows larger in size, she looks down onto the battlefield. Or, well, matching Sora's eyes. I wonder from where you hail, since we are all Aku. Whether your niece or a great-great-granddaughter matters not to me. I like those before you. And before you can respond, like the moment you would open your mouth, you're the first target of her family rune, Sky Simian Assault. She shoots around the battlefield. And back to where she is.
I believe it would be a disadvantage on me.
That is correct.
Here's hoping.
You know what? This is why I'm happy I shrink. Let me go ahead and roll another d20.
What?
Okay, thank God. If you did not have disadvantage, Sora, I would have critically hit you with the Sky Simian attack.
Oh, that's like 12d10.
It was a natural 20 against you.
Oh,
So she shoots at you, and I'm gonna, even though you can't really do it, you muster your family rune and you Sky Simian at the same time. Both of you collide, neither of you taking damage. As she shoots around towards Lewis, you're able to avoid it too, having studied Sora's movements in the past. It's very similar. As the assault shoots past you, however, a 22 rams into Vata,
no.
followed by a 24 ramming into Emmerich.
No.
Vata would take the 24, and I'm gonna roll again to see how much Emmerich takes. Maybe it'll be less, maybe it'll be more.
Like, everybody's not tracking any of this speed right now.
Yeah. So you
Like,
take
what the?
you take 32 for us, Emmerich.
Oh, okay.
And both of you guys get knocked back 10 feet. Both of you guys go unconscious.
That's my time, y'all.
Oh no.
Although
Not
she
good.
does take damage a little bit from hitting me.
Does she?
Yeah, from the brand. Unless she's
was-
like a
I think
whole
it
other
was-
like form.
No, I think it says other than you, or is it you as well?
I think it's me as well. Let me
Oh, to
see.
you or a creature you can see within 5 feet. So yeah, she definitely takes some damage.
Okay, gotcha. So the modifier, it's not much. Tree.
Everything counts. Okay, 3.
Yo.
So she hits you, and I feel like there's like a fuck you in there. You just like do a tiny little slit on her.
Yeah, like the blood that like he coughs out becomes like shards that kind of like scratch your face like it.
He looks at Sora. Wait, you can only do that once a day, huh?
No, I can do that 5,000 times a day.
She laughs. And she waves her hands and starts moving her beams. She starts moving this one towards Amaret. Didn't have time to waste on destroying people that are down. Move this one onto 3 people up here. This one onto Creed. Oh, come on!
Oh no.
And then she moves 5 feet. Actually, she's got the reach and she sees that you keep burning her, so she'll stay where she is and smack you with her staff.
Alright.
Her staff, which has 5 feet greater reach than her unarmed strikes, in order to avoid your constant searing of her flesh. And you can see that she's fighting exactly like a Monkey King would, with the first attack at advantage. A 20 hit you?
Yeah, that is.
He gets onto this massive golden, it looks like a podium almost, very, very heavy. Slamming into the ground, she runs up the stick before kicking off it and slamming it into your face. And then as it flips through the sky, she catches it on her shoulder, and like one of those anime moments where the ground beneath her feet crack a little bit at its weight as she kicks you for 15 damage.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh shit! I'm barely standing. I got 1 HP. As he just takes it straight to the face, he just like props his elbow against the ground. Not yet.
He points to the moonbeam, but soon. And she goes around you. Careful to evade your range.
Fuck.
The monk, she's got a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Con save for the moonbeam.
Unfortunately. Okay. The moonbeam doesn't feel as powerful as when she was in the Malder form. You take 10 radiant.
Phoenix opens her eyes. Oh, it starts rolling out of it, but unfortunately, that radiant damage got her.
Judith. Also a con save.
Oh yeah.
All right, you take 5 radiant, brought down to 2 because you're a rune warrior.
Oh, but my skyrite, sadly, starts to dissipate. Bummer. Okay. I don't have any action, any potions or anything. So I'm just gonna like Phoenix, I'll be right back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. I'll say, Admiral, you're lying down on the job yet again. Come on, we need you. I will, bonus action healing word at second level.
Oh damn, just enough.
For 8.
Oh.
I can heal Phoenix next go, but I'm gonna stand here. And take a video of this battle between these two. I mean, this is epic shit.
This is not a good video. This video is not it.
To be fair, I don't know what the frame rate on this camera is.
This is like epic shit. I gotta get.
Look back and like a typical press, they're recording and everything.
I feel like Ogobos and Sora are going like in between the frames though. Like
it's like one of those DBZ fights where it's very hard to track.
Just TPs all over the place.
No, I'm focused. I'm focused intently.
When you do catch frames of her, you see that she poses for the camera.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have any ways to heal people with my action, so and I'm not gonna try to see her. So documenting it is.
Oh,
Creed.
Moonbeam spits onto him, but he takes 5 instead of 10. You notice that it's a set value now. The beam seems to just be at a consistent raising versus the random before. He takes the damage and he jumps out of the beam. He gets to his feet and you see that he's crying. He just looks at you and goes, "I'm not crying. I'm just sweating really hard from the face. But I've got one more of those big bangs." And he does
Can
like
you save Alexia and Phoenix?
Oh, I mean, I don't know how to heal, bro.
Okay, never mind.
I could try. I could improvise.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Creed. But feed them your sausage.
Oh, yes. What sausage? And who do you want him to get up? Was it Phoenix?
Phoenix.
See, can we actually get to him from where we started? Because then he would have won the other way instead. He already took the moonbeam damage, so it's okay to move through it. It's only once a turn. Phoenix, stay with me, summer child. You're too angry to die. He goes into his backpack. Oh no, I'm out of sausage. Ooh, there's a gun here. And he picks up the medical gun. And Mortis goes a stabbing motion towards Phoenix. I'm not going to kill her. Use the gun. Inject her. Uh-oh. He points the gun onto you, Phoenix. He closes his eyes, and for some reason he decides it's appropriate to put it up to your head instead of like an arm like a normal person. And he pulls the trigger.
Oh, it's a good thing she doesn't see all this.
You just hear it just kind of like stamps you in the head, drawing a tiny bit of blood as it applies its normal heal value, which you can roll for yourself. Then he opens one eye to see if he killed you, and he sees a tiny trickle of blood go down your head, and he screams, "One question, Zion! Why?" And that's when he comes through.
Oh, God, you did it?
Not Vada.
Oh, thanks. Vada gets 1 death save per our NPC rules of important NPCs. He will either die on this roll or be stabilized.
An inspo.
I don't have any.
Oh,
I'm top 2.
All right, well, let fate decide then.
Yes.
Oh,
You see his chest rise up a little bit, Lewis, as the beam threatens to bring you down. He's breathing. He's alive. He's stable. But he's not in this fight. Emra, I would tell you it's your turn. And that's because it is. Take it.
All right, so. Much smaller target now, but we're gonna now then back up. All right, well, he stands up first, of course, and we'll shoot some more arrows. Actually, while I'm here, because I only have a couple spells. I'll just I literally only have a couple spells. I'll use my last one to cast Hex. So we'll double up on the D6 necrotic, I guess, and try and shoot then. Oh, second one. Ah!
She turns around, showing you that she's a monk, catching both of them. Even if you did hit me, I would have just thrown it back. He breaks the arrows and tosses them into the abyss behind her.
That's a good point. And he'll we'll just put the bow away and take out his weapons.
Yeah, she's a monk. Just a soft, really soft / hard reminder.
She has all the shit I can do.
Pretty much. Before you go, though, another beam comes down. And she just drops this one right onto Emra. Back to the ground. Lemon. Your turn, sir.
So Sora's going to do this motion where she kind of does this cartwheel jump. She's so floaty and with the staff. It's almost as if she's like riding on a little cloud, as she will come down and take a swing at advantage at Ogobos. Her own staff taking on this golden moonlight.
She spins around and meets you in the middle, but your attack is enough to smack her.
For 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And with her second staff attack, I was wondering if I could use it to push Lewis out of his circle.
Right, so it's pretty much as a shove action. If he's a willing target, yeah, automatically you can use your second attack to shove him out.
Yep, I will use my second attack as Lewis, you see this staff spin around and come, and yet, even though it came so fast, it stops almost within an inch of your chest, and then pushes and shoves you out of the moonbeam.
Okay. Kind of being able to read Sora, having been around her for long enough, he just puts up his shielded arm, opens his hand, and just like grabs onto it as he's shoved over.
Excellent, 5 feet.
And using more movement, and since I have double movement with the aerial ape at the moment, I have plenty enough to do another little hop here, cartwheeling in the air, as I will bonus action attempt to offhand.
Okay.
Here we go. Oof.
She sees you focus on your friend, and she tells you, your family is your weakness, and that is why I quelled all of you.
As Lewis kind of notices Sora about to punch, he looks down at her feet. Footing! Aaron's excellence.
Okay.
Give me that reroll. 15?
Same thing. You almost catch her by surprise, but she smacks it again.
They may have been seen as a weakness by you. But look where you stand. Alone and enslaved.
When you say the words enslaved, you get dizzy. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shoot. Oh, not +3, but crit.
Excellent. You hear a voice in your head. Save me.
Oh.
And so you hear. Mortis is up.
Quick thing, Sora, do you still have your bonus action?
That was my bonus action to attack, because I used my first attack to hit at them, second attack to push you, bonus action offhand.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'm out of key, so I can't do 2.
Yeah, got it. Took me a sec. You're good.
All right, so all you hear is the word save me or help me or something akin to that. And it sounds like a softer voice of Aku. Anyways, the doctor, he looks at his legs and he sees him strapping something to his feet. And he stands up. He takes 4 damage standing up as his legs blister and bleed. He walks onto the battlefield. I'm not strong. And for you, I'll move mountains. And he uses his action to athletics shove Phoenix out of the beam so she doesn't get hit by it. And then he tries to do the same with his second attack. His teacher. Oh, well, the other class's teacher. I'm Alexia. Then he falls back to the ground. As his legs blister and bleed some more. Luis.
All right. Lewis, having thankfully been shoved out and is not down. Thank you again, Sora.
Mm-hmm.
Will use his movement to just quickly run over to Amrit and try to grab him by the shoulder. Actually, fuck, he's in the thing, so I would take damage if I tried that.
No, you can pull him out safely. It just takes one of your attacks.
Okay, good. I was thinking because technically it's entering, but I
Well,
guess
we
that
can-
would be
you
enough.
get to move into it. You can just say like your weapon etches him out.
Good point. Actually, before I do that, since he's right here, Lewis will try to toss Sunblight at Ogobos. Just from a distance real quick on his way.
Okay.
It'll improvised, and it's within 20 feet. Up. 20?
That hits him, but he didn't roll a lot of damage.
Understandably.
Well, my point being is that she is going to deflect missiles, which is any range attack. A thrown weapon is a range attack.
Oh,
Fuck!
So she catches it, because it's impossible for her to roll less than 10, which is why I mentioned the damage. And she is going to throw it right back at you. You can make a same attack against yourself.
Oh,
Well,
no.
it's a good thing I'm really bad at it.
Oh.
The one time!
Well, they have their proficiency, so it's a 25. Alright. So yeah, you get hit for 8 bludgeoning.
Yeah, for the moment as he tosses the sword, he's like, wait. Ah, fuck. And just gets like smacked in the head with it.
Yeah, she did the spin. She looks like she gets stabbed, but as she completes a spin, the blade comes flying back at you, pierces your shoulder.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
Oh!
My fucking stupidity! I have no
No.
HP! Well, that's all I got!
It's a monk's life for me. Then she looks at you, Sora. Your friends are strong. Now you have to choose between my destruction and their survival. He starts moving this one towards Vada, because if Vada takes any damage, she'll just die. She moves all of her beams. One covers up Creed. Oh no! This one goes on to your doctor and back onto his teacher. She manipulates the battlefield, dancing around the beams. She spins her staff. You think you're chosen for something greater. But Sora, you're not a part of some grand story. You're just another tale in mine. This is going to be my legacy. She assaults you. But everything she's got, 2 attacks and a flurry of blows.
Right, first one's at disadvantage.
Counteracted by her advantage. As you're a monkey on monkey.
Mm-hmm.
18,
That hits.
27,
That hits.
11, and 13.
Those miss.
She hit you twice. The first one, 17 bludgeoning. The next one, 11 bludgeoning.
I admit, you gained great power, sacrificing what humanity you had. But I stand by what I said. You hate the Aku so much because you love them, and they were the ones that sealed you away.
She looks at you. I hated them because I loved them. Let me show you what love is really. He goes next to Lewis and he points his weapon down at him. It's time I take your friends from you. He's going to legendary attack Lewis after Phoenix enters turn.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Boy. Okay. I am prone. I am going to get up. I'm going to pick up the medical gun on my way, or take it from Creed's hands. And tell him, get out of the moonbeam. Go over to Jenkins. On my bonus action, activate his last repair. Of course. And going to instruct him, take care of Morty. So Jenkins is going to half his movement to get up, I suppose. It's 20, 30, 35, 40. And he's going to attempt to pick up Dr. Mortis and get him out of that moonbeam.
Yeah, as long as you got an action, you can always shove him. So he'll just shove him 5 feet, automatically pushing him to the side.
And then Jenkins is going to be like helping him walk, getting him wherever he needs to be. That is Jenkins' job right now. Phoenix is going to use her action to dash. Getting to Dondo, I cannot use my action now, but she's got the medical gun out and getting ready to stabilize him so he can do stuff.
All right, before you go, Judith, you see this massive golden pillar come slamming onto Lewis's face, breaking half of his teeth.
No.
Except I miss, so disregard. Take your turn.
Oh my god.
As soon as she misses, and I can just kind of see her tensing up about being upset about missing, I'm sure. I'm just gonna stroll forward and say, "Hey, old man, listen to her boasting about her legacy. Obviously, just another attempt to hide her present inadequacy, huh?" As Jude is gonna step forward, 5, 10, 15, and I'm gonna healing word Lewis. Like that. First level, sorry, bro. Not enough to keep you looking good. There's no way I can get through there, huh?
Yeah, you get difficult terrain in the corner. There's a walled pillars, but you can try to climb over. Have enough movement, or?
It would take my action to get closer. So Judith is going to try to buy some time for them, and she's going to step forward, right here, and say, "Hey, monkey lady."
Looks at you. Me or Sora?
Oh, yeah, right here. Just you. Smile, and I'll just take a big photo, just like flashing right in her face. As I'm gonna. Do it. I action photograph you.
You get one of these weird photos where she's like about to open up, so you have this strange face image on it.
I'll look at the photo and I'll just kind of look at her, like, show it to her, like, probably not your best look, huh? Yeah, could that be that? Well, no, I took an action. It's an action to that.
Yeah. She looks at you and she just goes, "You have invoked my wrath if that was what you wished." Creed has to make this save or he's down.
Oh god.
Not gonna do it.
Oh.
God damn it, Creed. God damn it.
See his eyes begin to close. "I hope I made you proud, Miss Judith." And his clothes start getting raised by the moonbeam, and he'll get 1 save on his turn, or if he takes damage, he'll die since he only have 1 death save versus 3. But he's down. Vada is stable. He's in initiative just in case somebody gets him up, and the beams are slowly moving towards him. Emmerich con save start your turn. It's 10 or a 5. You need to succeed, or it will down you again.
Okay.
The beam raises you. So before you go, She looks at you, Judith. You wasted your most prevalent spells to write foolish words in the sky when anyone you could have called on has long since died.
I appreciate your rhyme there.
Miles, I've seen me going for a ride. I'm just that cool. And then you see a poop hit her shoulder as a scared owl comes flying in. I say, I did see those words.
Oh no.
As Zing and Oof. Zing flies in, carrying Oof. Oof goes, sorry, I couldn't wait around when I heard Mother Nature was under attack.
Oof, it's eye patch time.
Oh, trust me. I know. Hey, lady. We not sniffing asses today, we beating them. And now they roll them into initiative. They are 60 feet above. But yeah, Oof solved the symbol, but it took him a few rounds to get here. He's been traveling ever since the words appeared in the sky, and he's got Oofed cradled in his claws. You're up, sir. Well, hold on, let me roll initiative. One of them might beat you. I doubt it, though. Okay, you're good.
I say.
Launching forward, she's gonna try and get her attention off of Lewis. Gonna use the advantage on the first attack with the staff. A 23.
Well, it's an 18 because your first attack is at disadvantage.
Oh,
Oh, right.
And she's on her staff too.
Yeah, the both of you are staffing up.
Right.
We know that 19 is the AC.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Lewis. I need to get her to stop paying attention to you. I care about you. Fuck. Second attack, I'm gonna shove Lewis out of the moonbeam.
You can't
Thank you
defeat
very
me if
much.
you're so worried about your friends. Dodge your attack. As you swipe Lewis out, she notices. You're spending precious time you can't afford to lose.
I'd rather die knowing that I did everything I could for them.
You will.
And we'll bonus action attempt to punch her.
And you got you right in the face.
Or 12 bludgeoning. Snap out of it! You were part of this family long ago. What was it? Did someone betray you for you to fall to this madness?
What are you talking about as her eyes glare a red? Shaped moon appears into them. She smiles at you. You think you can save me? Oh. You really are lost. And as the blood spills onto your hand, you get a flashback to the dream room, the black room with the red moon. And the red moon is looking down onto you. And it's closer now. Now it's like within 10 feet of you, just staring at you. And there's a girl under the moon in chains, sitting there alone in darkness. You've only felt a similar energy before, and when you fought Sanguine, and it may take that same technique to save this one.
Everyone, expose the heart.
Mortis looks at you, Jenkins. Thank you, dear friend. And he is going to let's see here. What do we got left on this guy? All right. Oh, here we go. What range is this? Oh, it's touch fuck.
So Jenkins will offer to carry him to wherever he wants to go if he wants to hold his action.
Sure. Bring me to your master. He's gonna hold his death ward to stay you from death. So if you do get dropped again, you'll at least retain 1 hit point. And Jenkins would probably nod or whatever. Jenkins. Lewis, before you go, Ogobos reminds you this is a legendary creature.
Yep.
She looks at you about to take action. You're not even worth my time. She kicks you in the head, just like a little hop, skip, kick to the head. For 13 bludgeoning.
Fuck, it didn't make contact. Damn it. Okay. Before I go down, and as my reaction then, Great Badger. Where is it? The heck is it actually? Oh, there it is. TC 13 Dex.
You see that she easily dodges it.
Okay, as he goes down. Again, third exhaustion.
He dodges it almost twice the DC. Or dex. She's way more dexterous than Ogobos. Milder form.
Wait, I just realized. That legendary was after Mortis's turn, right?
Yeah.
Damn it, that means I have to make a death save. Not good. Well, let's hope the gods are with me today. Bop. Okay.
Thank God. Yeah, it would be at the start of you to make your save. Ogobos looks to Judith and goes, "It seems your writing in the sky did something. Too bad you won't live to see it." She attacks you.
Okay.
She looks extra salty. You see her take a stance. She says some words, and then everything begins to slow down. Was it 18 at you?
Shield! I'm just kidding.
Well,
That's what Judith thinks.
give me a wisdom saving throw as she punctures you right onto your heart.
I don't have disadvantage, so it's
Okay.
a 20.
I was about to you feel your body about to disappear, materialize away from here, just vanish, no longer exist. But instead, you take the assault. Your mind steals yourself as the room begins to slow and returns to real time. You take 11 bludgeoning.
Okay, okay.
And then she does a double kick. First one at disadvantage against Sora since she wasted her advantage on you. And she tries to hit Sora. A 15 misses. But on the final attack, a 17.
That's my armor class.
16 to your stomach. Double kick, you block the first one, you block the second one, the third one, and then automatically the fourth one kicks you in the stomach. She spins around, smacking and trying to shift Judith out of this plane of existence. And as she takes a stance and goes, "I'm not done yet," and begins moving her beams around.
What is it, Ogobos? What is the red moon?
When you say the red moon, you see her eyes wiggle out and go crazy, but then they return to normal and she laughs. How do you know about the moon?
I can see it.
Interesting. She puts the light over Jenkins and our dear friend, and she is clear on keeping this one above Creed so that she can finish him once and for all. Your friends who die, they're what's most precious to you, right?
They are.
Good. Phoenix, you're up.
Phoenix is gonna crawl up onto the stone that Dondo is on and use the medical gun to stabilize him. And
I think he was one of the first ones to be stabilized, if I remember right.
Yeah.
was he? I thought. Then why wasn't he in the turn order?
All the people that were unconscious due to the spell were unconscious even after we took it down. Creed was the only one that was released from it.
Oh, I did not follow that correctly.
Yeah, it snapped their mind, so they were unconscious when you freed them. But since Creed had hit 0 hit points, it stopped feeding on him. It was feeding on their life force.
Okay, well, that, she was going to try to get him into the game. I was not following. That's my bad. All right, well, for now, Jenkins will try to get Mortis out of here. Does he need to make a con save? Construct, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, double check. I'm pretty sure. Moonbeam is everybody. Yeah, there's a lot of things to track. Okay, so he takes 5 damage instead of 10, which is the difference between being up or down for him.
Okay, and he was carrying Dr. Mortis, and Dr. Mortis said to get him to Phoenix, so, and difficult terrain.
Got his turn, are able to grapple him and kind of take the sheer blunt of the beam, but he doesn't get hit by it. When he gets next to you, he just reaches out at you. He touches the middle of your glasses. He's like so weak right now. He touches the middle of your glasses, and the energy spools onto your glasses, which wrap around your ears and eventually envelop your entire body.
She looks at him. I don't deserve it. You need to live. And she'll point Jenkins northwest on our map, meaning get him away from the moonbeams and whatnot. And he only has 5 more feet of movement, but he will move that far. God, Phoenix is a ranged person, and that ain't gonna do anything.
You guys are a reaction, yeah.
You know what? She's gonna. I know it's probably not gonna do much, but she's going to friendly smack Dando on the face. Come on. This is like a family affair. You gotta get up. Your sister needs you. That's her action.
Give me a medicine check on him.
Oh no.
Hard to tell. You can see his conscience, but you're not sure of his condition beyond that. Who's just like, oh, I gotta get in the fight. He's just so low. Oh, I say. Just release me. You'll fall, Luz. Yeah, cats don't take damage when you fall. Just let me go. And he drops Oof, and Oof's like, Geronimo, as he goes flying down. And then he takes the fall damage. He hits the ground like Bruce Banner and Ragnarok. Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Holy shit.
What the hell, Zing? You tell me to drop you. What the fuck are you trying to kill me? I say. And Oof looks at you, Judith, and I know your reaction's a very valuable thing. Do it.
Since I've done this before, as soon as he lands, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Oof. And I will move the eye patch with to the other side.
It's go time, baby! And he explodes. Ruin host. As he transforms into his Rune Beast mode, blessed by Mother Nature. What better a time? And he goes in for the assault.
Yeah, that's so cool.
As he runs in, he releases a roar. And if you're within 60 feet of Oost, and you're a Rune Warrior, which is almost everybody, you gain 3 plus your level worth of temporary hit points and plus 10 movement while you have these hit points.
Ooh.
It's like Phoenix, you get fast feet now. That's almost everyone on the battlefield.
How does that interact when you're knocked down?
You still gain the temp, but it does. Well, you gain 10 hit points when you're knocked down. It doesn't bring you to consciousness.
Ah, got it.
Only regular hit points bring you to consciousness. So you can still pocket the temp.
Got it.
Okay, but and as he runs in, he jumps for a claw or a bite rather. She hears his roar and she goes, "You announce yourself," and she catches him by the neck and slams him to the ground. And he quickly gets back to his feet. Oh, I'm just getting warmed up. You're up, Judy.
All right. When Sora yelled out, "Expose her heart," right? He was like, "What does that even mean?"
Remember the lake.
Got it. Judith is super unsure of what to do. But she's going to
Put your hands on me like before. I'll need your help.
Oh, I was going to do something a little bit different.
Or whatever you want to do. That's just one option I wanted to help with.
Oh no, that's probably better. That's probably better. Judith's going to reach over and try to grab onto Sora. I guess is my action to do this? To grab onto her.
In order to feed your energy into her, like in the past.
Yeah.
Do you have a use of your room left or no?
I don't.
Okay. So you can still do it no matter what, but it's more effective if you can pump a rune into her, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, I'll cast light onto my quill, and in my hand, I'll like grab onto her while holding onto my quill. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I bet I'll be, I don't know. Just because she's just trying to figure out whatever she can do to help. And then she'll look over to Amrut and she'll look over to Vata. And she is going to say, "All right, hot boy, it's time for you to get up, okay?" And a little healing word, Vaka.
Okay. He will get beamed before he can go. He might get back down. You sure? Oh no, he's got 10 temp. He should be able to take it.
Yeah. At least give him a chance to do something.
Or rather, 9 temp.
Yeah. And then she's just channeling. She's just thinking of those moments when she's able to see her family's like sanctum temple when she trances. She's just gonna focus on that. In your team.
The beam raises onto Creed's body, and his clothes disappear, as well as his flesh. Only a skeleton remains where he once was.
Damn it.
Creed is dead.
Oh.
His final words: "I'm a superhero."
Stop it.
You got that reference? All right, Vata takes the beam. Taking only 5 damage to his temp. He immediately recognizes the threat, runs into the fight. Half his movement, so he's 5, 10, 15 to get there. Brings his swords down. The first one being a disadvantage, but he still connects. The second one, she dodges, and the third one connects as well, stabbing into her twice. This blade represents the tears of the North. Also yours. He's starting to get annoyed. That's it. And you see the energy pile up around her body, going for another one of the family runes. I'll put you all back into the dirt. Not if I say something about it. And Zing flies overhead and shoots down. Mother Nature has always favored her owls. And unlike Oof, I have not the same weakness. You see the gem on his chest begin to spin. Witness mother's favorite creatures outside of violence, of course. And Rune Zing comes in as he busts into his owlbear form. I say, blessed by mother and your mortal enemy now. Okay, let me take his rolls off Whisper. Oops are off Whisper too, right? Or he's been whispered.
No, Uth has been showing up. I
Okay,
think.
good.
Also, first time I've ever seen an owlbear in D&D.
Well, lol. Vision literally was an owlbear last campaign. He turned into one.
Yes. All the PTSD.
He comes down with the beak onto the shoulder, nipping away at the shoulder, pulling some flesh off and swallowing it. Ooh, that's nasty. And then he claws her, doing 20 damage there. I have studied many martial arts, and this one is just me going crazy. I'm right. You get hit by the beam. Failed death save.
Does he still need to make the death save at the
Correct.
Oh, do I?
regular turn?
Yeah, because
Oh,
you take
God.
damage fails you one, so you still need to roll on your turn regardless.
Okay.
Do we have anything we can give him? Anything at all?
God damn it.
Tapped out.
To roll on that one, you die. If you roll anything else, maybe you survive, maybe you don't.
Come on.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh,
Two
You're at 2.
failures.
Two.
One for the damage
to
and
get
one
him
for the
out.
save. Sora, before you go, you see Ogobos look at you. The red moon has been around since the mouth had fiend. You've already started to broken away our team by getting rid of my Hollow King. But this is as far as you go. Babylonians are forever. And the moonbeam shoots you onto your shoulder. Down to you.
Okay.
It takes 5 radiant. Go down.
Down to my 10.
Yep, goes into your temp. Yep.
And as she blasts down after saying that, Sora, what's up?
Nothing, all good.
Okay. Sora is leaning downward from the impact, but against the harshness of the light, Sora slowly leans back up. Ancient Mothers, Babylon, Red Moons. It doesn't matter. None of it. I've made a promise that I would do everything I can to save the people I care about, including ones that may not think they deserve it. And she begins this kind of like flowing motion with her arms as she reaches outward around her, all these rune beings surrounding her. Uth, but Vada, Zing, Lewis, Judith. Her tail wrapping around Lewis, comfort, in a way of just trying to comfort and gain some form of assistance from him, as she will then push forward and press her fingers towards Ogobos in a similar way she does that stunning strike. Planting a finger where a golden ripple will go through, and then trying to plant a second hand on her forehead as she thinks back to that moment at the lake, and will pour what is left of her current form into this attempt to purify Ogobos.
You can feel her presence is really strong. She looks at you. You'll have to offer far more than that. And she's pulling the energy into her body as you give it to her, and she's just like, all you do now is empower me. Your feeble attempts are laughable at best. And you realize, having done this once before, you only did enough to charge her out. You no longer to look like this.
Alright. I will pump everything I have and end my form.
You got the disguise kit.
You slowly start to go smaller. The energy burns into her flesh. And the light of Judith's energy pouring into her as well. He begins to shake and grit her teeth. It's working. You've penetrated her first layer and the rest are weaker than the shell. Now that you've gotten to the flesh, you must push a little more. Still, she stands defiant, holding on to her enslaved soul.
Think back, Ogobos. Hatred only exists because happiness existed. They cannot exist without the other. What made you happy before?
The red moon rises. And he just tries to hold on to herself. And you guys both get a flashback to her in the village of Aku. There's a whole bunch of you, about 30 or 40, which considering the time period, it's a pretty big clan for what it's worth. And they're all having fun, and she's running and jumping through the trees. She's one of the elders. But you don't see much more than that. You just see that there was a time where she was happy among her family. The only thing you see upon exit, and this was around the time that the Mouth that Feeds was founded, is some lady with Medusa-like hair falling her over. In her curiosity, she runs off with this lady. And she goes, "Who are you?" "I'm the master of the Shadow Room. Come with me. I want to show you something." "Okay." She's very young and naive. And she walks off with this lady. "What's your name?" "Evress." "That's a beautiful name." "Thanks." And they walk off. And you remember this name from the history. She's no longer a main threat, as she's now just a puppet to Palm, but she had laid her seeds down and throughout history for hundreds of years. She is behind this coalition of Babylonians, the Hollow King, and Aku, even if she no longer plays a part in the story.
As she's just fighting against this burning radiance, Sora grabs onto the fur, grabs onto her as a way of just trying to get her attention. "You were betrayed. Genuine curiosity, punished for no other reason than evil. That is awful, and that should happen to no one. But your family doesn't deserve to be punished for this."
He smiles at you. "You still think I'm Aku at all?" "No." No.
And with her devoting her action to this, is there any way I can use my bonus action to try and kick Lewis out of this?
No, you've done far too much.
Okay. I will stand my ground.
When she shrunk down to a regular size, would she have been able to choose which space?
Yeah, you could choose the northern one.
Okay. I want Judith to still be touching me for help, so.
Also, you can only take Moonbeam once a turn, so regardless of the shrink, she could have just walked 5 feet up.
That's it.
On her turn. So anyways, yeah, you're able to get out of it. The doctor put the death ward on the Phoenix. He didn't have many resources left. So he just also pumps a cure wounds into Jenkins. But then right at that moment, he turns around, he looks at Creed, and he sees a skeleton. And I make him do a wisdom save as he gets really frantic when he sees that someone died under his watch. You see him drop to his knees. "Oh, just my father? Is this what it like to be in the field? Is this what he felt when he died?"
Stay with me, Morty. Stay with me.
He looks around, his mask falls off, and when his mask falls off, you can see that he's a tiefling, very handsome tiefling. And he looks at you. "I am a curse. Anyone I've attached myself to has died. You stay, Phoenix. You too perish. I am the problem.
No, Morty. No, you're not. I know what it's like. You're not.
He looks at Alexia and he hugs her. You're safe with me. You're safe. The Phoenix words are true. You're safe. The Aku smiling, and one begins to break.
What's that?
Lewis struck with the moonbeam. One fail.
Now one roll to decide your fate.
Let's see.
Oh, so close.
One failure
I'm
Still
still
alive.
and a success.
I'm still alive.
She goes, with the last of the rune power, Ogobos possesses the end of an era. And she teleports away. The 5 targets are all the 5 people that are standing next to her. There's a disadvantage against Sora, who's the 3rd target in the die roll.
Okay.
You're able to avoid it knowing the technique well, but an 18 slams into Judith
yes.
for 41 force damage.
Oh!
And another slams into Oof the 22.
Judith like gets hit, but she's looking right at Amrit as the hit comes in, knocks her out.
19 to Oof. And then what did I get on the 22 onto Vata, which takes Vata out. Also, these things knock you back 10 feet. So, unfortunately, it puts him right back into the moonbeam.
Oh god.
Judith, that puts you up 10 feet. If it downs you, it knocks you back. And then, did I hit the owlbear? What's the owlbear's AC? 15? Yeah, I hit the owlbear as well with the fourth attack, so it's 34 damage. And then when she reappears, you're strong, Sora. I'll give you that. She spins her staff. You're twice the size, Zing, but half its powerful. And she spins and starts beating on Zing. Two attacks. Zing dodges the first one. Ha! All that talk. And then she critically hits him.
No.
Making one of those, and 8, 9, 14, 24. Okay. Stunning strike.
Oh no.
But it just kind of Kung Fu Panda bubbles around his body, but his fat protection. She hits him like 2 more times. Stunning strike. Stunning strike. And it just keeps bubbling. Things like, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like it. Phoenix.
Phoenix looks to Jenkins and points to Morty and Alexia and says, "Get them away from that beam." So he is going to attempt to grab onto both of them and drag them away.
They're both very light, so you're able to do it. It's difficult terrain still, but you're able to do it. So I would say because of your intelligence, I'm limited to 15 feet on these beams, just in case you guys haven't figured out the math yet. So only 15 feet them.
Yeah. Yeah, and she had told him earlier, kind of northwest, so he will drag them. Sees 10. 40. He can come to over here with both of them. And then Phoenix is going to pick up that medical gun and run down. This is one more slap on Donda's face. Run down here and expend a use on Judith.
Thank you so much.
It's only 6, but
It's better than 0.
that was unfortunately all her movement though, so you did.
Did that include the plus 10 you got?
Yeah, because half my speed puts me down to 10, and then plus 10 is 20, so.
All right, Oof is back up, but now before she takes a legendary and kicks him in the throat. Successfully kicking him in the throat for 14 damage. Oof is gonna see if he recharges his badass rune roar. Oh, he doesn't. He takes a double claw on the bite at her. Clawing once, missing the second claw, and then successfully biting her, which is his big damage one. For 14 damage.
Good to go?
Yep.
All right. Judith's going to get up. She gets up quickly and she just yells out. Where'd you at first level?
I think your mic cut you off when you yelled too loud.
Oh, sorry. She just yells out Emirates. Calls out for Emirates. And then... Okay. I can walk on these blue things, or could I?
Yeah, you can. They're like slanted pillars, so they're difficult terrain. Think of it like running up a slide, but it's very poorly slanted.
Okay, 5. So that'd be 5 and I have a lot that I can really do. Is there any way? No, is there any way I could like do a check, maybe like you like kind of slide down the slide?
I'll let you do an acrobatics, but if you fail, the trade-off will be you fall prone.
Yeah, okay.
Only a DC 10 athletics.
Okay. Level of exhaustion, so it's a disadvantage. There we go.
You do it, and you look like a badass.
10, 15. I'm going to use my action to dash, by the way.
Okay.
5, 15. Alright, so now I have 30 feet of movement left. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. DOT.
Vato, his blood spooling in his mouth and pooling in his mouth, and he looks up at the beam as it ruptures over him. First, his drip disappears, and even his magical blades perish underneath the weight of the beam when it delivers a killing blow. And eventually, his flesh is gone, and it's nice enough to leave the bones behind. Vata is dead. He looks around him. All of these rune warriors dying. Oh, I wish I was a warrior right now. The attacks and claws, and all of his attacks hit. Actually, the first one would be at disadvantage, would be a flat roll. He misses the beak. I see evades it, but then he claws her twice, slicing into her flesh 2 times. For a total of 9 damage.
Holy.
Hi. Hey. And one of the slashes, the second one, you see it clip her throat. As it cuts her throat, she falls to her knees and she goes smaller. She's bleeding out in your hands now, Sora. You don't even realize it, but you just kind of catch her. And you can see that her eyes are swirling. The source of it all. Do you have a reaction still, or did you use your reaction?
I still have a reaction.
As you see her in there, you can feel your connection to what happened with Sanguine, which was wisdom saves. There's an opening now. Very important wisdom saving throw to pull the darkness out of her body.
Okay. I have nothing, so this is straight roll.
You grab the energy. And I need a little more from you. But that doesn't mean it's the end. What it means is that there's a trade. Just like with our friend Judith sliding down an alternative method to the same success, but at a cost and a risk. Give me a Constitution saving throw if you want to take on that risk without knowing what it is.
I will.
You feel your body begin to bleed. As you try to pull the energy, it starts to erode, similar to how the beam killings have been. And as your flesh begins to deteriorate, you feel your rune get closed off. And you feel your rune, the Sky Simian, sealed. You no longer feel like you're an air rune.
Okay.
When you look at Ogobos, he's stable, 1 health. She looks at you and goes, oh.
Sora will quickly just put a hand against her throat, stifling the bleeding. Please, just be with me. Be with me.
She looks at you and goes, I was never Mouther or Rune Mouther. It was something else entirely. And now it's free. And out of her mouth, just this massive pile of red energy spits onto the battlefield. As it's true, she was possessed by an old Mouther that appears in the night sky in the middle of the arena, 60 feet in the air. And the lights go out. They get absorbed. Everything gets darkened. She looks and goes, the true Mouther all along. The myth, Red Moon. The real enemy. Yeah. The Red Moon rises.
There's always a bigger fish.
There is. Emret, the beam no longer affects your body, as they temporarily leaves when the red moon appears in the sky. Mouther that has taken over Aku for a few hundred years and has used her to eradicate her clan. Now been revealed to you. Creature roaming the same time period as the Hollow King. Another one of the supposed Babylonians. Old. Looks down upon you from the sky. You can see about 7 beams of light, stars would you, begin to form, as a new set of moonbeams prepare to raise the battlefield, far stronger than Ogobos and Aku. But none of that matters just yet, as it's your turn.
Okay. Awakening and looking up and seeing the beams of light slowly like descending upon us. Amber will look over past himself see that Vata's gone, and he'll look at Lewis here. Now, is Lewis stable right now, or is he still at 2 death saves?
Still dying. I got 1 success, or 2 successes, 1 failed.
Okay, I will use. Thank God for those. I'll use my blood maledict feature, my last one, to heal Lewis. So I just rolled the 1d6.
I forget, does that also deal damage to you?
I don't believe it does. Even if it did, I'd still have plus the temporary hit points. But no, I don't think this one does any damage to me, no.
Okay, good to know.
4.
It's something.
And then he will stand up himself. Are we about to fight the fucking moon?
Well, it's just like having just barely. Go ahead.
Just in response to everyone, I'll say, I think we gotta get the fuck out of here.
We're gonna escape the fucking moon. It's kind of everywhere.
Sora, Aku's looking at you. You're right. We aren't alone. We have family. You are my family. So is he. See Dondo standing up. The Red Moon relied on my powers. Permanent paralysis. Now he doesn't have that anymore. But now he stands up. Tasha stands up. And the Room Master, Alexia, stands up. Everyone's injured. Everyone looks up towards the Red Moon as the Red Moon looks down upon the battlefield. And all she sees are more bones to join Vata and to join Creed. Dondo screams to you, Sora! We're here!
Dondo, we have to get everyone out of here.
And he goes, no. I'm done running. You see him power up. We're at our strongest under any full moon. That includes the rain. And Aku's like, he's right. She grows in size. And you feel your room power scatter. You can reassume your form.
Oh my. As
Did
the
I miss?
seal just lets loose and Sora rises once more, she looks up to the moon. You've ruined so much of my history with your violence and your bloodshed. No more. And I do not think she regains her her teleport, correct?
No, you get it all.
Okay. As she will take note from Aku, and she will attempt to steel wind strike the moon.
Wait.
Together.
There's much to learn. If we all hit the same point, maybe able to follow it in one strike.
Sora will spin her staff and energy will begin to encircle around her. Then let us do this as our family. Together, and we'll hold her action for Steel Wind Strike. For when they all activate it.
As Mortis goes, I believe in you. In all of you. And as he says that, like a freaking explosion, something that you haven't seen since Icarus. Luckily, the impact isn't as aggressive, but the same kind of shunting light smashes the ground, raising the four of them instantly for a Constitution saving throw. This may look like a moonbeam because it is, but it is no longer the spell, but something far worse.
Oh.
That is Jenkins and these three NPCs.
They might already be in turn order and we just can't see them, but I don't see Tasha or Alexia or Dondo in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or Bananu either.
Oh, they're in there.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But they're not actually in there. I had planned on letting them go on Ogobos' turn.
Ah, got it.
Of course, after the red moon goes.
Yeah.
Evil laughter. The beam shoots down, and Amalexia uses her translucent rune mastery ability to shield her student. And as she shields her student, you see Amalexia clothes vanish and she turns to a skeleton. As for Jenkins would also take half as much damage, which is 27. And if it reduces into 0, then there's nothing that remains. He is eroded to dust. And Mortis.
What? Oh.
Looks at you, Phoenix. Now you get to live.
Phoenix is a very mouthy individual, but she usually is kind of like cold and flat. This time she screams out in agony.
His clothes slowly erode. His mask, the only thing that stays put on a skeleton frame that collapsed to the ground into pieces. For the mask, 2 follows. 3 creatures, 1 beam. And the moon has not spoke, doesn't seem to have a mouth, but it looks at them with a focused hatred as the beam riddles them away. And then he looks down onto the main battlefield for his next assault on the 4 of you. Lewis.
Lewis, his vision extremely hazy from all the exhaustion and just being beaten, bruised to the next oblivion, looks up at the moon, and his vision just immediately blurs over to Sora, Ogobos, and Dondo, all seemingly starting to stare up at it and just get ready with Sora charging up her ability. And there's a look of extreme skepticism, but then he remembers Minerva and just quickly closes his eyes. You need to trust them. And places a hand on Sora's leg as he will end Pyro Eye and channel all of his fire rune into her.
Okay. I want you to add an additional die to all of your attacks, Sora, that land.
Okay.
And he will use 20 feet of movement to... I just need to try to get far away. He will stand up to his feet and scoot. Oh, wait, shit. I don't have Pyro Eye. Okay. He's going to scoot over to here then, and then channel Pyro Eye over.
Okay.
And then stand up prone. But that's all.
Ogobos looks, and the red moon produces another beam, which seems to do around 40 or 50 damage, and it instantly kills, being reduced to 0, instantly kills. creatures, similar to like a disintegration. And it piles right on top of this whole entire party here. Just and as Zing goes, I say, and oof, you could just see the light envelop their bodies. And even the other Ogobos, the true Ogobos, who she looks at you, Sora, and goes, is this it for our clan?
I believe if her rune's like mine, she heals, right?
She does.
Thank God.
She heals. If she fails to save it, we'll still kill her. As she prepares her body and mind for the beam, you can just see these massive stones fly in front of your head, blocking the attack. And you hear, anyone can be a hero. As a very injured Nimbus
Yes.
to fight with his rock storm blocking the moonbeam. And Minerva chucking a fireball up at the moon.
Oh, it's life.
The moon turns and looks at her and begins dragging his beam over the rock storm that he expended and is going towards them. And she says to you, Sora, it's now or never. Let us do this the Aku way. Come on.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because that's awesome looking.
Mm-hmm.
Now all three of you unleash your Sky Simian rune.
Together!
And they look to you to figure out how to bounce, as every time in between attacks, you'll be able to bounce off of each other to continue the chain.
Alright. She will initially aim for beneath the creature. Since the creature has eyes and a face, we're targeting all of our attacks into just its face and eyes. So she leaps, flashing away into light, and peers before the face, and we'll do the first attack. Okay. I bounce off.
You bounce off of your friend. So this is, I want you to take these slow. Your second one is going to be hers.
Okay. Second one with Aku. Oh,
Okay, your third one is Dando's.
come on. Yes!
Dando strikes, roll damage. You guys have the same damage in your rules. The 34. Now, all of your second ones will use each other to ricochet, so each of you on your third one, starting with you.
Okay. Here we go.
The rest of you see a light show as they beam bounce off each other using the second to hit each other in the third onto the myth.
For another 32.
32, boom, and now you need to do Aku.
Steel wind, strike.
She misses, but tries to help Dando do it. Dando.
Dando.
The wounds, I think the wounds HC is 16. Let me pull it up. What do you got there, big boy? Oh my god, holy shit, your 14 hits it.
Oh, my 14 before hit
The
it.
12 missed, but the 14 hits it. Yeah, he has 14 AC. I forgot he had low AC, but he has really high, really powerful abilities. 34 and 40. Oh god. And you see he braces his body with moon energy, standing. And then you guys all use your forfeit to bounce off each other. It's the final round of attacks. If you don't do this, I will be eradicating Lewis's girlfriend and Nimbus. Make your roll.
This
It's your final one.
It hits.
It hits.
Oh,
Now give me
For
that second.
39.
Give me hers.
Come on.
It hits.
oh.
Now give me Dondo's.
And then Dondo.
Describe the fucking kill.
So, from start to finish, everyone sees the three Aku standing side by side. One Aku, from the very beginning, forced to slay her entire family line, year after year after year. But now she stands with her two descendants. and they explode from their spot. And it's like these trails of light following as they charge up at the moon together, bouncing off of each other and landing so many hits. It is unclear how many land against the creature, but they all center their might into the creature's eyes, its gaze down the battlefield. And after each blow, there's this shockwave that causes the wind to billow against everyone on the ground. And when all of these attacks coalesce, the three of them are in the sky above the moon, where it is forced to look up as Sora raises her fist up. Long have you been a blight on my family. Long have you caused so much pain. Now, I free them all. And when she falls from the sky with Aku and Dondo, behind the three of them, their light, the trail they make, it grows and becomes large until it is a gargantuan golden ape of energy, where it roars, and Sora would shout, "This is the Aku's Simian Punch!" and brings it down on the cracked surface of the moon.
And the moon, eyes widen, still no words spared, as the giant ape, covering all of you, as each of your fists collide onto its nose, body. The moon begins to crack, crumble, and scream. Before it is vanquished, and all three of you land different points on the battlefield. Breathing heavy, each of you shrink down to your forms, exhausting your family rooms far more than ever before. And though it costs a lot, this fight is over. You are victorious.
Oh. I always knew you had it in you. As Lewis just collapses down on his ass. Just pure exhaustion.
Do I feel the wind rune and the family rune close off like it did before?
You think it's going to be a long time before you can use it again, unfortunately.
That's totally okay. As Sora sits on her knees, just looking at the ground, she looks up and she sees the skeleton of Vada, which gives her so much grief in that moment, but she does turn to see Aku and Dondo and everyone that has made it. It's so heavy, but she would slowly slink down and fall onto her back and breathes heavily, but I did it. I did it.
And then we see the battlefield. And we're alive, most of us. Oh, did we pay the price?
Yes. Tears will just begin streaming down her face as she's partially laughing, looking up at the sky, but just too tired to get up.
Dando is crying. Family's important. And he looks back at his family that's dead. Had Monty and Reed, and even his teacher, Alexia. Walks over to Aku and grabs her by the collar. Why'd you have to be so weak and get controlled? He just punches her in the face. She doesn't fight back. She just her blood runs down her lip. She goes, "I'm sorry."
Sora would kind of semi-tackle Dondo, not forcibly to push him off his feet, but to try and intervene and put her body between them. Dondo, please. It was not in her control. Please don't. There's no more.
he cries in a way that can't be described or imitated. It's a painful cry, far more worse than anything anyone's ever experienced. A pain that only suffering and true loss could ever exhibit, as he screeches into your arm and your shoulders. Please you're with me still, son. I love you, sister.
Sora wraps that arm tight around his shoulder and then the other wrapping around Aku, bringing the two of them into this close hug and speaking through her tears. We have lost so much together. We have been forced for so long to be in pain and experience hatred beyond what we deserve. Please let us just take this moment and be together.
He looks at you. All right, son. I can do that. He looks at Aku. She just kind of looks away. I was young and naive when Amalda found me. Didn't know who she was. She would later go on to become a legend. She tricked many people under her side. She introduced me to the Red Moon, and it thrived on the destruction of the Aku. Its power over the moon, getting stronger with every one of our people that he slayed. And I've lived in his shadow ever since he took my life, took me over so many, many, many years ago. And I'm sorry for that.
I told you from the very beginning, and I knew it in my heart. You are my family, no matter how distant you are.
She looks at you, wondering if she should hug you, but not knowing if it's appropriate.
She gets tackle hugged a bit.
And as you three have a moment, let's check in on everybody else. Dude, if you can see Emirate's still barely up. He's on the floor, bleeding out. The two of you are together. Oof runs over and is just watching you guys.
Judith just doesn't really know what to do, and after seeing people just punch the fucking moon, she'll just take another quick video of what's going on as like her default, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't, and say, hey, Amra, you guys okay?
You know, I've never seen fireworks before. It's that close.
You know, real fireworks are actually much better because they don't come with death rays from above.
I'd hope so. Oh, God.
Hey, Judith.
Yes. Hey, Ruth.
You know, I've had a lot of people move this patch around back in my day, but no one's ever moved it around as good as you. So I'm just throwing that credit out there, not trying to make it strange.
What are you trying to say? Do you want me to move it back to the other side now? Or
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Here. And I'll give him a little scritch on the back of the neck.
Oh, it feels good. I'm sorry about your friends. I don't know. I'm just always in a good mood no matter what. It's really horrible, I think.
Yeah. Everyone, I guess, deals with things different ways, right?
Yeah. Anyways.
And then,
You think old Blondie's gonna be mad I ran out? Gonna have to get back to her, huh?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little hazy about what you're talking about.
You know, the girl that's always cleansing people.
The
caretaker.
Oh. Yes, of course. No, I'm sure that whenever he finds out how much you guys helped, he'll be okay.
Excellent. Zing goes, I say we take a sleep tonight. He's perched on Louis' shoulder, having bonded with him a little bit in the process of setting up the teleportation circle. I'll stay with you the night before I fly oofed back home.
Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
What about Mother Nature? Is she okay?
She is.
Then it's over.
The world always finds a way. Mother Nature was able to push Palm back to the mouth that feeds. Of course, she took Guido's gate. She wasn't defeated, unfortunately. It did cost Mother Nature her arm, though.
Oh.
It always costs something.
Can she grow that back, or?
She can, actually. It'll take her a few days, but she can grow it back.
Well, that's not fucking fair.
The damage to her kingdom is severe if you feel like there must be a trade.
Fair enough.
And Minerva grabs you, Louis. Is it you, Tyrantrum? Or is it you?
Lois just smiles at her with an extremely soft expression. It's me.
She just kisses you.
And he just closes his eyes and just allows it. Simply appreciating whatever moments he can have with her. Not a word said, just his arm, his organic arm, lightly against her back, and just enjoying the moment.
Didn't say anything either. She just, after she kissed you, she just rests her head in your chest, and that's always been her favorite place to be. And she just lays there and closes her eyes, some tears running down her face because she knows what it cost. But she's not crying for the loss today, but for what she got back. She holds on to you. She doesn't let go. It's actually kind of painful considering the amount of exhaustion you have, but I doubt you say anything. Which brings me to the center as we work our way from the bottom to the top before we return to Sora. Judith, as you're walking up to Phoenix, before you got there, Phoenix, what are you up to as you see Nimbus dragging the bones of his two teammates together?
That's what... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And I was saying Tasha just joins in bringing the other bodies together.
While the other commotion was going on, Phoenix had pretty much collapsed against this wall, being so tired. Usually Phoenix has very good posture because every inch helps when you're a gnome. But her back is slouched, her legs are straight out in front of her with her toes like turned all the way out, just the weight of the boots holding them down with gravity, and her arms just falling at her side while she's looking over towards where Morty should be. And she's not saying it very loud, it's more of a whisper, but if anybody got close, they would hear her just saying, not a single one of them's left. The whole family, they're all gone. And she'll have some tears slowly streaking down her face. She can't bring herself to rise and go to him to help Nimbus. She's just kind of despondent.
Listen, you walk up, Judith. She's like halfway through that sentence. You catch the majority of it.
Hey, Phoenix, you okay? I mean, not okay, but...
No. My mentor died. I killed his father. I failed to save his son.
If it's any consolation, Phoenix, I just want to say thank you, Because if it wasn't for you, I know I would be dead. And probably am Red as well. I know I'm not Mortis or anyone like that. I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome. She just continues to stare.
You're staring. Nimbus gathers up the bones and he takes his cape off and he puts them into his cape. And he ties up the bag with all four of them and then he ropes it around his chest. They are coming home. They're definitely coming home. And he sees he doesn't look like he's crying, but you can tell he's hurting just as much. The absence of the water doesn't mean anything. Sasha doesn't have many words. He just kind of leans against Nimbus and staring at the bag of Creed and her master. Of course, he cares for the others, but those two are more personal for her. Bananu, just silent. Somehow she looks more, like her conviction is more. Last time it was just fear and frightness, but now she's got to do this. And he lifts his large ass arms around the two of them and pulls them in. Don't worry. This is the life of a Rune Warrior. They died with honor. And Bananu goes, can we live with honor? Yeah, that's the preference, actually, in the life of the Rune Warrior. All right. And then when he jokes, it's when he laughs, when he first cries. Let's get some rest. I'll start making camp. And he starts making camp, setting up right in the middle of this plateau. Place feels special. And I'm going to remove these individuals from the map, but he has them in his possession. To bring us back to the final point of the night, since I know it's getting late, folks, I do apologize. Sora, Ogobos looks at you and goes, there was one thing I did before I completely lost myself to the Red Moon.
What is it?
I stole something. And she takes out the big ass golden pillar she's been carrying. I sealed it away. Only a true Aku could open it. The moment I became under the myth's control, not only could it not be opened, but he wouldn't be able to use it against the rest of our family and the countless others he killed and destroyed along the way. It still doesn't open for me. I just tried. Why don't the two of you open it? And she puts it in front of you and in between Donda.
Are you sure?
The pillar is just a fancy case. What's inside is important. And it represents all of the Aku. And well, we are all of the Aku now.
Sora would look to Dondo and slowly put her hand on the pillar.
Miles. He puts his hands on the pillar as well. You ready, sis?
Always, my brother.
And when you guys touch it, it glows. And steam spits out and dust. And it opens slowly. So treating these like attracting its metal bits and magic. and inside a single stick. And Donna goes, well, I was hoping there were 2 things in here, but this is yours. I've got my father's staff. And he releases the object you're holding now. No arguments on your part. And you find this.
It's a brush staff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
The artistic armament. Now, there's a lot of mechanics in there, but why don't you read that last paragraph where I stuck the lore of the item? And the rest you can read it in your time.
As Sora grabs and holds the staff, it's history kind of speaking in her mind. Legend has it that artistic armament was crafted by the creator himself, who was said to have gifted the brush with magical powers. According to the story, Zion was seeking to create a weapon that could not only defend against the forces of darkness, but also inspire hope and creativity in those who wielded it. There is no myth, but as the brush intended, its story has yet to be fully painted.
And you see Ogobos gets on a knee and bows to you. Traditionally, the leaders, the Aku, held the artistic armament. And then it's like, oh shit. Yeah, I do want it. Then she
Get on her knees.
he gets down and yes, ma'am.
As the leader of our people, we will do everything we can to save this world from Palm. And we will rebuild. We will find family again. And she just begins to break down and puts the 2 of them back into a group hug where she just begins sobbing.
And eventually all of you get your bearings, but there's still a lot to get. Quite late. 3 of the Aku family members brace each other. That is where we'll call the session. Well done, everybody.
Whoa.
Good night, stream. Been a great episode. Everybody should get into the stream.
Good night, stream.
See ya.
Night.
Dance in the pale moonlight.
Yeah, so it's a good one. It's your boy Falcon, and I'm flying to the moon. Bye.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory is in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.